I forgot the game wasn't installed on my PC anymore. So I'm going to figure that out real quick. It's kind of where I'm starting on this. Hello. I forgot that the game got uninstalled when my OS got deleted, so yeah? Game get delete, so I'm fixing. And now I'm just trying to add desktop audio back in. What if I close all of this and then I hit add source, and for now just add display capture, add desktop. How do you do that? Aha. Display capture. There we go. That's a display capture right there. There, okay. Now I think we've got audio as well. Everything got deleted, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Well, now, Philip the Snowman, the reason my desktop is so clean is the reason that the game also hasn't started yet, which is that my OS got deleted on Sunday, and I forgot that it's not installed yet. The game? Not installed. No game. No nothing. It's all gone. So I'm reinstalling that right now on one monitor.
Oh no, we've got infinite windows.
Infinite windows. Oh, I suppose, yeah.
We've got an infinite regress.
What if I, while that downloads, I'll put something else on here so that there's no infinite window. I'll just do this. Well, what are we at? We're at 26% here. Waiting for the good old XCOM 2, because we're going back once more into the breach. We're not playing Into the Breach. Oh, so yeah. For people in the chat, I don't know why my OS completely broke and disintegrated, but it did, and I did everything I could all throughout Sunday to try and fix it. And then the last thing I could do was install an OS. I installed it on this. Put Windows on there.
Wow, I remember the days when you had to like get someone who had the CD.
Yeah.
And then get the CD, and it was a whole fucking thing. Putting an OS on a USB key, that used to only be for Linux users.
Yeah.
But now anyone can do it.
I never used Linux.
I mean, why would you?
That's a good point, Merritt.
There's literally unless you value like open source over like literally everything else about your computing experience, or you need to for work, why would you use Linux?
If maybe I have a PS3 that I'm not doing anything with.
Oh, okay.
Put it up on there.
Hey, is this Genshin Impact?
This is Genshin Impact.
Oh, and within 3 seconds, we do have an anime child on the screen.
Mm-hmm. That's Bennett.
Just immediately. Really? Is that what that little one's called?
This is this guy. He's called Bennett, yeah.
Oh, no, I mean the one that you summoned.
Paimon. Oh, yeah, she's like your Navi.
That's Paimon, right. Yeah.
By the way, I'm joined by Merritt K.
Hey, what's up? I'm going to be in and out because I have to record a podcast real soon, and before that, I have to go down and get my laundry.
Oh, okay.
Um, so they'll be maybe back after the podcast if it's still going. Um, but I'm here right now. Now, who's this character?
The goth girl.
I mean, they all look kind of goth to me. Do I have a cold? Yeah, kind of.
Do you?
I've been congested for like a week. It started immediately before I had to travel, and it is still here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even
Yeah.
notice.
Whoa, who's that tall glass of water?
You're right to say water, because they're a water type. This is Tartaglia.
Oh.
He's fun. I like him a lot because he's like, well, because I like that he's got this kind of like suit that has like a bare midriff on it, which I think is a fun look.
It's sort of an interesting concept, yeah.
He's also like part of so there's like a evil faction in this game called the Fatui who are like your enemies, and then he shows up and he's like, hey, I'm part of the evil faction that loves killing people. Anyway, I want to be your friend. And so he just kind of like starts helping you and gives you a ton of money.
That's cool.
And this is the new character that just got added, Eula. Jeffrey Eula.
Eula. I can't believe they added a character named Eula.
Uh-huh. The character named End User Licensing Agreement.
Mm-hmm. How many dollars did you have to spend to get that character?
Very few. I got super lucky on pulling Eula.
Okay.
I spent $5, $5 American, to add to and I already had a bunch of free currency, so it's unclear to me whether or not the $5 pushed it over the edge or if it was my free currency I already had.
I see.
And then I got her, and Dylan is very mad at me.
So this is kind of a Breath of the Wild.
It's very Breath of the Wild in a lot of different ways, yeah. The glider,
more anime,
and the stamina, yeah, more anime. It is a Chinese game.
Honestly, I don't see what that has to do with it. Yeah, even the iconography. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not really seen a lot of Genshin Impact footage because I avoid A, anime, and B, free-to-play games, or specifically gacha games.
I was gonna say, Barrett, how much Destiny did you play this
Hey,
week?
listen, when I started playing Destiny, it was a paid premium experience for premium users, and now it's just all these free-to-play blueberries ruining it for everybody.
That's true. I guess I specifically mentioned the fact that it's a Chinese game too, because I actually think that it's really interesting to see their version of fantasy and stuff like that, because it does draw on like a lot of Eastern myth in a way that I don't feel like we get a ton of. There's like, I'm dealing with a bunch of stuff in the game right now that's like about the Adeptus, or the Adepti, which are these kind of like almost Shaolin monk figures that have gotten like achieved like such clarity of mind that they become immortal.
I see.
They're fun. I like them.
You're just killing people, huh?
So the people don't die. If you lower their health all the way to 0, they throw smoke bombs and disappear.
Oh, so they do. Did that happen in Breath of the Wild too, right? When you fight the ninja?
Yeah, the Yiga clan?
The Yiga clan, yeah. Whatever they were.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a ton about Breath of the Wild. Beyond the broad strokes.
More speed.
I did beat that game, and I played all the DLC as well. But my mind is kind of a sieve.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played it. And a very good game, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can absolutely see why people like this.
Oh yeah.
Like it looks good. It's like it's got that open world kind of experience. There's a lot of like combining characters and abilities and stuff. Like it's got like basically every ingredient that modern video games use to like get their like hooks into your brain, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. That's just, it has everything, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's got gacha. It's got honestly the gacha stuff. But I think the gacha stuff is balanced really heavily towards encouraging you to spend a lot of money, but it's also not super necessary to actually play the game part of the game, which is nice.
If we head to higher ground,
but if you actually want to engage with the gacha and get like more characters, I think that part is pretty exploitative because the drop rates are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gambling.
Yeah.
But Yeah, wow. I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah,
It's
I like the look.
yeah.
I
So wait, is this like are you gonna run into other people or no? Is this it's
not by
not like
default.
an MMO.
No.
Okay.
You can match with other people and join them and stuff, but
Okay.
they won't just automatically.
So
appear.
it's like Breath of the Wild, but you can do co-op less than like a Destiny where there's other people like in your world instance.
Totally, yeah. There's not really any kind of like the what do you call it, public events or anything like that.
Okay.
There are sort of like world bosses, which I'm trying to get to one of them right now, but I always have the damnedest time trying to remember how you get to this person. I think it's over here. Because they're like a lot of gacha games. A lot of your stuff requires like different materials to upgrade it. I guess Destiny is also like that. You need, you need to get your spin metal, but in this case, it's like, oh, your spin metal is acquired by. Oh my god, how do you get to this guy? But it'll be like, to get your spin metal or your enhancement prisms or whatever, you have to go do like a boss that you can only do so many times per day. I'm trying to remember how to get to.
See, the thing is with games that are like about just really like investing into your avatar and like, you know, getting all the cool characters and leveling up and stuff, I always feel like I want to have like a social component with those because that feels like a big part of it to me. I mean, maybe it's not. I'm kind of exaggerating. It's not like in Destiny I'm like impressed by I'm impressed by looks, I guess, sometimes. Even with like Monster Hunter, you can kind of like share your outfits and stuff, right? By just like playing with other people. But so this is like primarily a single player experience.
It's got co-op that you can jump into other people's worlds because the game's like full of like shrines and dungeons and stuff that you can do, and you can do all of those with other people as well. And I think they can just run around your world, but you have to let them in, so you have to like add them as a friend and stuff, and then add them to your hub, as it were. And then I have not messed around with that much. I did just add Dylan as a friend earlier today, so we might do some of that because there are events apparently that you get a lot better stuff if you play with other people. There's like certain things you can only get.
Do you know what this character's name is?
Which one?
The big Pokemon guy.
Oh, okay.
His name is Primo Geovishap. And his story is that he's a Geodragon who once raged with the king. So this dragon goes fucking hard. This dragon parties with the king, no less.
Right.
Now, but you do have to use your shield to counter the Primo Geovishap's moves.
Now, the problem with that is that I'm not using any of my characters that can generate shields. So I'm just kind of like brute forcing my way through this fight.
Yeah. I mean, you're cutting that health bar down.
Yeah, I've beaten him before without any barriers on, because you can also, there's a whole cooking mini game in this game, and you can collect items and prepare that. And I brought some food with me, so I'm just healing through some of the damage he's dealing. This game is big on different like elemental reactions. So if you like, get an enemy wet with like a water character and then use ice on them, they'll freeze and be stunned for a little bit.
That's fun.
And if you use like rock people and mix them with like electricity, that will create like an energy barrier, like a shield, and that's what they're talking about with like create a barrier.
So with this boss, what you want to do is when his big like claws coming at you, like don't be there.
Oh shit! Okay.
Don't be where it is. Like, see right there, you were where it was.
I was where I was. You're right.
What you're gonna want to do is be in a different place. You can basically pick. There's a lot. It's an open world experience. You can choose any place you want.
Okay. So this is different than XCOM in that you can kind of just move whenever you want, however you want.
Yeah. Okay, so you've done. Wow, that was a good move. Oh, you killed it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you executed a sentient being.
Oh, well, he comes back, so I don't think he's like dead.
It's just kind of dead.
Just a little bit. Just like, mostly dead.
I mean, there's dead and there's dead.
Yeah. There's dead and there's hollow, and then there's like Ashen 1.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a boss.
Oh, you got the Exile's Goblet.
Yeah. It's actually not a great drop.
Oh.
I'm trying to get better stuff. I did get...
You got a Trounce Blossom. You got Mora times 3850.
Yeah.
That's money.
Mora is money. It's gold, yeah. I'm trying to get more of these gladiators stuff.
Now, what is this? Is this equipment?
This is equipment, yeah.
Okay.
There's other things. There's the constellation.
Sure.
Where if you draw a character once, you get them, but if you draw them twice, they get more powerful. So like, well, I'm pointing at my monitor as if you're standing behind me, not watching
Skyrim. It's Skyrim.
It's a bit like Skyrim, yeah. All the weapons are custom.
So it shows the weapons are actually visualized, but like equipment is not correct.
No, apparently they are adding like cosmetic skins in like the next update, according to Dylan.
Okay.
But right now the characters just look the way that they look, and I guess
they just
I guess that's changing though.
Some people are just anime.
Yeah. There's
nothing they can do about it, you know?
Anime is a totally valid, even anime is valid, I want all anime to know that you are valid.
Among Us game. This is Among Us now because you're among people.
They do. There is I've not played a ton of it. I've played exactly one round, but there is a prop hunt mode in this game that is. It's not.
Oh my god.
It's not Among Us necessarily, but it is.
Yeah, I
the
mean
closest they've gotten.
That's like a TF2, like game mod. I feel like. But,
yeah, it was in. I know there's some Call of Duty games that had prop hunt, but yeah.
Yeah. I have to go record a podcast, but if you're still going when I get back, then I'll be back.
Yeah,
so,
you know me. I'm just gonna be here playing XCOM 2
like I've been since the start. Oh, so that doesn't hurt your character to do that.
Not if you do an attack. If you attack from midair, you're fine.
If you come on and slam.
Then you are welcomed to the jam.
I see. Only then are you welcome to the gym. Okay. I will talk to y'all later.
Bye. I'm at 90% download on XCOM 2, by the way, folks. We'll be on the real stream here in just a moment, but this is what I had installed on my computer after my computer broke, so it's gonna be changing out here. And Nikki and Jordan are going to be joining us after a little bit too, by the sound of it. So, just getting everything kind of like reset after my computer broke down. I spent all of Sunday trying to fix my computer, and then when that didn't work, I just reinstalled the OS on that little on this little guy, if you missed it. Which was actually an easier process than I expected, other than the fact that it did delete everything on my computer all at once.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Oz, reveal thyself.
But what was I going on about?
Shudder.
Oh, this is what I just happened to have installed. So the only two things I did last Sunday, I had gone to bed at 5 a.m. that morning because I did that charity stream, which, hey, that charity stream was less than a week ago, huh? Feels way longer ago than that. That's a little wild to me. Time is a flat circle. It's completely meaningless. Anyway, I went to bed at 5 a.m. that morning, got up, computer dead broken, just completely not working anymore, and spent most of that day trying to fix it. The only other thing I did besides trying to fix it, reinstalling my OS, and sleeping, was watch Mortal Kombat, the live-action film in theaters. Went to a theater to go see that film. It was bad. Was it good? No. It was a bad movie. It was worse than I expected, but it was nice to be in a theater again. I had gone into a theater previously, post-pandemic, post-vaccination, obviously. I've had my second dose for probably a couple months now. But I got in there, and that was fun to just like be in a different place that wasn't my house or my old apartment. I'm gonna move that to the other monitor so I can read chat here. Black Jack Attack says, though, at this point, I think the universe wants to keep you from XCOM. Yeah, the fucking honestly, the comedy of errors that has happened to keep me from playing XCOM, to keep me from finishing a game of XCOM 2 War of the Chosen specifically, is it is so much has happened at this point that I take it as a direct challenge against my authority as a professional video gamesman. Move on. The title was set to please read the Eula Genshin Impact. Yeah, this is Eula. Fingers crossed for Steam Cloud Save, Electric Larry. Yep. Yep. I think that game is new enough, and has, especially with the expansion, has had enough updates in the intervening years that it almost certainly has to have cloud saves, right? I mean, there's no way that we're gonna have to restart the game a third time on stream. I can't believe that. I just can't believe it. I refuse to believe it. Would it be funny? To me, yeah, obviously. But I'm a sick weirdo who enjoys that sort of thing, who enjoys sort of a good cosmic joke. But I don't think it's necessarily the most enjoyable viewer experience. I've been trying to get, now that Merit Souls is reaching the end of Dark Souls 3, which will be back on Friday, as it turns out. Merit is reaching the end of Dark Souls 3, and that's the last Dark Souls that they've made. So we gotta figure out like what we're gonna do with the streams, what Merit's gonna play. Probably have like a come down period there where we're not playing any From Software games. Merit might play Bloodborne, Sekiro, who knows? The Surge, Lords of the Fallen, Neo. Nobody knows.
More speed.
And I'm trying to make sure that we have more long-running type series type things. Bloodborne time. I hope so. Merit does not have her PlayStation 4 set up. I know that about her. That's a true fact about Merit. That's just another Merit fact. She does not have her PlayStation 4 set up, and there's no PC version of that game. I do find it interesting. I don't know if anybody went out there and read that like investor call thing that Sony did the other day. Where they were showing off like, oh, these are our games we see as franchises and so on. Bloodborne was on that list in the section that was like marked like powerhouse IP franchises and stuff like that. You don't call a thing that only has one game and no ports a franchise, which made me think, oh, it made some people think, oh, PC Bloodborne, because it was also near on the list near to the Days Gone PC port and Horizon Zero Dawn PC port. But there was a bunch of stuff on there where there was like God of War and whatnot. And it made me think, like, oh, Bloodborne sequel? Like, I mean, because that has to happen at some point. I'm not saying, like, oh, they're announcing a Bloodborne sequel, or, oh, they fucked up and they leaked a Bloodborne sequel. I just mean more like, oh, this is something that they internally view as something that will have a sequel eventually, you know? Because why wouldn't you do that? Like, it seems to me like such a no-brainer. Just by virtue of like the brand recognition, like the cult recognition alone, the like brand ambassadors, as the corporations like to say, would come out so strong for that game to like say like, yo, dude, you gotta play Bloodborne, man. It's Bloodborne. It's from Hidetaka Miyazaki. Yo, behold, a pale blood sky, man. I assume Souls wasn't also on there. I'd consider them all one franchise. So, Demon's Souls was on that list, but also they didn't have multiple games from any other single franchise. I don't know if they see Bloodborne and Demon's Souls as one franchise, though, is the other thing. Like, those don't take place in the same universe. So, like, I don't see them viewing it as the same thing. They don't have the same name on them. They don't say Souls in Bloodborne anywhere. So, like, if you're a business person who is trying to sell that game and market it, what you care about is the fact that it has the word Soul or Bloodborne on it. So I assume you can make a Bloodborne. That investor call also had some other weird things on it, like they used the term God of War Ragnarok, which I don't know if folks aren't aware. God of War Ragnarok is not called God of War Ragnarok. Wait, where did I miss? Did I miss some along the way? Oh well. I think XCOM 2 is just about installed here anyway, so I'm gonna hit that after I'm gonna clear out this camp of Hilly Turtles, and then I'm gonna do that. People do commonly call them Soulsborne games, but I don't think what people like common vernacular matters to business people as much as we think it might. The thing about business people is that they're insane and bad usually, but in this case, I don't think that's really quite the issue. Because there was like, I mean, like as an example, Imran has talked about this a couple of different times. Resident Evil Village has an 8 hidden in the title, like Resident Evil Biohazard had a 7 hidden in the title. So it was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, colon Biohazard, in the same way. Resident Evil Village is not called Resident Evil 8. And, like, Capcom was out there saying, like, hey, it's not called Resident Evil 8, don't call it Resident Evil 8, even though there's an 8 in the title. So that was kind of an odd thing. Things like that. People care a lot about branding in that way. Business people care a lot about branding. I don't care about that. Your friend Shatos, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, says, yeah, I can't not pronounce it Resident Evil Vatage, which is very funny to me. All right, XCOM, let's see what you got. Volume warning real quick. Oh, sure. I've previously basically always started XCOM before starting the stream because the opening logo for like Firaxis, the developer, isn't affected by the volume settings for this game. So it's really loud every time I boot it up. So warning for that ahead of time. Do I think they're making a Resident Evil 8 with Leon? I don't think so, because I don't think they would have put the Resident Evil 8 in the Village thing. I think if they're going to make another game, I think they're going to probably get away from the numbering altogether. I think that's more what they're actually moving towards, is then the next Resident Evil game that will be a colon, numbered sequel in the sense of like it is a continuation of the chronology that they're building. But I think it will be I don't think it'll be called Resident Evil 9. I think it'll be called like Resident Evil. I don't even know. I have no idea. Chat, what are some good Resident Evil 9 subtitles? Yeah, Infinite Soup says, calling 7 Biohazard feels like a reboot in that sense. I actually, up until very recently, up until I played Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village, sorry, up until Resident Evil Village, I thought that Resident Evil 7 was a reboot of the franchise. I thought it was a AU, like a parallel universe, Chris Redfield shows up in that game at the end, but he looks so different than he does in the older games that I assumed it was like an AU Chris Redfield. It was like, oh, this is new universe Chris Redfield. RE tricks are for kids. Resident Evil reflexive. RE9 still got it. Resident Evil oh so fine. Resident Evil 6. This is very funny to me. They keep coming up with words that can incorporate the number, yeah. They'll just start making up their own words eventually. Remix the 12th end. I kind of wish they'd viewed 7 as a reboot too, yeah. Oh, somebody's telling me to pick up the phone. I got a phone. Nobody's. Oh, the call ended. Hello.
Hello. We have to go to the other one because Jordan's... Well, hold on. I'll just add Jordan here.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, well, Jordan hung up.
Oh, there's Jordan.
Hey.
Hey, sorry, streamer mode was on, and so it didn't make the noise.
Oh, you're cool.
I'm looking back at the JPEGs that are in this chat. Some gems in here, folks.
Yeah, there's some good JPEGs in here.
Anyway, Steven, how was Genshin Impact?
Great. I am kind of not addicted to that game. I haven't spent like hundreds of dollars on it, which I think like people who actually are addicted to Genshin Impact probably do. But I've enjoyed it a lot. I'm just gonna, since I've got dual screens up, I'm gonna show some people some of the JPEGs we have in this chat, which we haven't used since December 4th, 2020, while the game installs.
Oh, did you forget to install the game?
Yeah, so I forgot that the game had uninstalled when I had to reboot my OS.
I'll do it. Today I was looking at internet for the place I might be moving.
Yeah.
And I found out that I will be able to get gigabit, which is cool.
Awesome.
But the ISP out there will charge you the same for gigabit as they will for 25 megs down and 2 up.
So is that faster?
Yeah. Yeah, that's way faster.
Okay. I mean, 25.
Yeah, 25 is higher than gig. It's more letters.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's 25 gigs. You don't know that.
Oh, fuck.
25 gigabit.
Nikki, you sound so far away from me.
Oh, well, it's because I'm on my laptop. I'll move, I guess. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
No, you're fine.
No, I'll be back.
This is the last JPEG that I saw. Oh, no, there is no JPEG. Never mind. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Jordan, how you doing?
I'm all right.
That's good.
I wasted a bunch of time going to Walgreens earlier today
Okay.
because FedEx is incapable of delivering a package. It's not one of their core competencies, so I can see how they would have problems with it.
Right. It's not a pillar of the FedEx community.
No, and so I thought I was only picking up one package. I was actually picking up 2 packages, and I did not realize this until I got home.
Right.
So I have to go back to Walgreens to pick up the second package, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm not going to do that today. Today is not that day, or whatever the Lord of the Rings quote is.
But today is this far, no further.
Yeah.
We'll kill the Borg with a Tommy gun in a hologram.
Nikki's going to go walk Barley, so Nikki will be back shortly.
Harley's lucky. Okay, this is where it gets kind of loud.
Okay.
Thankfully, XCOM 2 is so bad and glitchy that there's lots of gaps of silence. Yeah! Oh, screen flashing slightly, says Blackjack Tech. That is due to XCOM. XCOM 2, Firaxis, kind of one of their core competencies is not making a game that runs well. XCOM 2, no matter what, like this game came out 800 years ago, and I'm on a PC that is much stronger than it, and it still runs kind of bad. And it has run bad on every computer that has ever been made. So,
True.
let's turn down the audio. Oh wait, okay, so the master audio was already set to lower, so it's making me think that maybe there was cloud saves, and maybe we're okay.
Oh, were we?
Let's go!
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, cool.
Campaign 3, that can't be right. We're not on our third campaign.
Are
What
we
a
not?
lie. No. We've been
No,
playing.
this is the second campaign still. We just used the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. This is the exactly. The Dragon Ball, same universe, Dragon Balls. Everybody's still alive. Oh, look at that. Research resistance comm. Right back where we started. Jordan, what was the last thing you remember happening before you were summarily killed on stream?
Oh God. I don't know. We had a bunch of meetings today. Was that before?
Now that members of the
Is that before I was killed?
have joined us on
I
the
think that
adventure,
was after you
I
were
thought
killed.
might want an area where
Okay.
we can meet, to
Um,
organize and plan future
What about when I
operations.
graduated high school? That was
Excavation is
before, right?
underway, Commander. It's going to
Nope.
take some
Actually,
time
that
to
was
develop.
that was after. Yeah.
No. Okay. Gosh, I think I might have always been dead.
Oh, okay.
Now that you bring it up, I had never thought about it, but I could have been dead this whole time.
Well, I didn't mean to bring up a bad memory like that.
Well, I think there's the fact that there aren't any memories is more. It's not
Avenger
so much that
plotting new
it's a
course.
bad memory; it's that I don't have any.
Oh, okay. Did you
Right.
have you seen? Do you watch a lot of TikTok?
I don't watch any TikTok.
No TikTok whatsoever. Okay.
Zero TikTok in my life.
Gotcha.
I try to not compare myself to teens as much as possible.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Avenger plotting new
You can tell
Um,
me about a TikTok that you like, though.
It's less a TikTok that I like and more a brand of TikTok that I like.
Oh, okay.
Let's get this. Which is that I don't know if this is still common. I haven't watched TikTok in a little bit, but there was a type of TikTok there for a little while that was different people talking about me springing into consciousness and cooking class in high school or whatever, and then they would be me playing on the playground, and then me suddenly gaining consciousness, referencing the fact that they just don't have any memories from before they were 15 or 16 or whatever, and they would just
Right.
look around they'd be playing basketball and be what the fuck, where am I? And
Yeah.
I'm just that is I think the TikTok that I most heavily identify with.
It's true though. Like at some point you just wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
At some point you just wake up, and also I feel like beyond that point where you like what your earliest memory is, there's also like a time where I don't remember jack shit about what happened to me in like throughout most of high school or college.
Sure.
And I feel like most of my memories kind of I spring into consciousness like 2 hours after graduation day in college. I feel like after college, after university. Partially because we need to clear view room. Okay, there we go. What do we need? They want a resistance ring. Is that right? Resistance communications. Research resistance communications.
Our
Oh,
work is proceeding as expected, Commander.
I remember my problem is that I remember way too much of high school. I
Yeah?
would love to forget
We'll
like
need to conduct the appropriate
60% of the
research
stuff
as
that I
soon as
remember about
possible.
high school.
Commander,
Sure,
we've
sure,
already
sure.
dedicated
That would be a freeing
considerable
and liberating
resources toward
thing
the
to happen to
current
me.
research
Right.
project.
So if
However,
anybody can tell
we
me like
move
what
on
kind
to
of
something
cranial
else if
injury
you
I need to
prefer.
get to make that
We've done
happen,
what we can to
or
honor our fallen soldiers, Commander. It's not much, but it gives our
you know, if there's some
people a
kind of,
chance to
like,
pay their respects.
which on Instagram
yeah.
that I can pay for like a crystal to put in my butt that'll
Maybe once
erase
this is
most of my
all
memories
over,
about high
we should
school.
take
That would be
this ship and
fantastic.
go
I mean,
colonize
anybody has
those
that.
are kind of the two chief methods, I think.
For memory erasure, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we researching here?
We need to research resistance something. Resistance communications, because we need to reach out to Jonathan Frakes.
Oh, sure.
I think I want to build a resistance ring. Okay, but before then, I'm making good guns.
Commander,
We
I'm
need
going to
those.
more help.
We
I
need
would-
those real bad.
Oh
Before I
yeah,
can
like
start clearing
a
out
lot of
some
people will tell you you want
resources.
armor early on in these games, and no. You know what the
No,
the best defense is a good Gauss rifle.
Priority message
Sure,
coming through,
yeah.
Commander. Putting it on screen
They can't
now.
shoot you
I
if they're
have
already dead.
high hopes
Exactly.
for the resistance under your
This is also why you don't need
Commander,
healers. Just
and
don't get hit.
you
Yeah,
have outdone
no healers, no
yourself.
tanks.
Sure, they're a
Overwatch
tough
understands
group
this.
to infiltrate, but
That's
we
why
managed
Overwatch
to
2 got rid of
gather intel
everybody
on their
who's not a
latest
DPS.
actions. And have a rough idea
Yeah,
of
we're
how
proud to
close
announce
each is to reaching
live
their
here on
ultimate
this stream
goal
the
of
first roster
location.
information about Overwatch
Commander, we
2.
have intel
Everyone's
suggesting
DPS
the
now.
aliens
Yeah.
are working on the
Even
mean-
the tank
that
characters
threaten our
from
ability to stop
before,
the Avatar project.
we've
We can conduct guerrilla
sent them to the
operations
gym
disrupt one of these efforts,
and
but we'll have to
reworked
choose
their
carefully. We don't have the
silhouettes, so they're all
resources to
small
intercede
now.
everywhere.
Commander,
And Reinhardt just
factions
has
have
an
pledged their support to
AK-47.
Yeah,
XCOM,
yeah,
and they're
exactly.
ready to carry out your orders. As our influence
I
with
mean,
these
like
groups
we
increases,
joke. I think that was. I remember.
will grow in
I saw some people out there recently talking about how like.
Commander,
Oh, there we
we'll
go.
need to send our own
Oh, it
soldiers
seems
out
like
to
they're
work
listening
with the
to
resistance
like audience
factions to
feedback and
complete
making
these
like,
covert
and not
missions.
just listening to the
They'll be
esports
gone for a
people
few
by
days,
taking out
but this
tanks
will help
in
us build influence with the
Overwatch
resistance
2,
while
and
generating
it's like,
material
well, actually, I think I vaguely remember a lot of people complaining that one of the reasons that like they take away things like tanks and stuff like that is because most of the people who are like streamers and competitive just want the game to play like Counter-Strike, so they just like just make more DPS.
Yeah, and like it's such a the time to kill is so long in Overwatch. That,
Sure.
like it's never gonna be a Counter-Strike. It's never gonna be a Halo.
Yeah.
You know, like it's never gonna be a walk around a corner and instantly dead game. And that's
Nothing
probably
on
the
the
best
local
thing that it has
comms.
going for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what that's why they made Valorant. Valorant is supposed to fill
Yeah.
that gap for people.
For people who want source filmmaker porn
Yeah.
about a Counter-Strike game.
There's a good chance they'll show up to interfere.
And
so
for
we
whatever
can plan
reason they don't
accordingly.
like Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant is here for you.
Rainbow Six
Black
Siege.
Jacket Tech says Reinhardt's already DPS if you play him right. That's not wrong.
That's not wrong. That's you can say that about any character, really.
In position
Yeah,
for
sort of.
deployment.
I miss. Well, I haven't played. Like, full disclosure, I haven't played Overwatch in maybe 2 years. Or whenever Echo came out was the last time I played Overwatch.
She's the robot.
Yeah, the like clone character robot.
Wait, is she not an Omnic?
No, maybe. No, I don't think she is. I don't know what her lore thing is, but she's like, she's the fighting game character that's a different character every round.
Oh,
know what I
she's
mean?
like a Shang Tsung.
Like a Shang Tsung, yeah.
Or like a
She like,
Mokujin.
yeah. One of her abilities is to copy the abilities of a different character.
And that's why she's called Echo.
Yeah.
They talk
So,
so much in this XCOM game. I'm sorry. Like, I just have to point that out. Like, they talk so much, and I've heard this 3 times now, and I just want it to be over. Anyway, sorry, Jordan, go.
Is that a slider in the options?
Oh no, because it's all like it's because we're playing the game, because the game thinks that for some reason that we've restarted on like a third campaign. The game is like trying to tell me things that I already know, that it's already told me once before.
Right.
In cutscenes and things.
That's weird that the game would get confused like that.
I know, it's so strange. I don't understand how a game this old is still so buggy and has like these obvious bugs, like telling me things that it's already told me multiple times.
Yeah. Weird.
I will go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Blackjack
interrupt.
says that's Echo's ult.
It's
And
Echo's
that she plays like a more
ult.
focused Farah. So that's interesting.
More
The last
focused
time
Farah.
I think the last time I was like the last big thing I remember them doing when I was still really heavily into Overwatch was the major rework of Symmetra and the dwarf man. What's his name?
Torbjorn.
Torbjorn. Thank you. Dwarf in the Lord of the Rings sense.
Dwarf Fortress, yeah.
Yeah.
Advent deployed non-lethal stun units for crowd
That guy looks
control
intense.
Yeah,
The stun baton.
He can.
Is that our guy?
No, he's an enemy.
Oh, that's bad.
He can stun my
Kill
units.
that guy.
That's the plan.
Why are some of these guys just naked? It's so weird.
So the in-lore reason, well, they were always naked, but in the previous game, they were like little imp-looking guys. They were like little Graylians, like
yeah, they're real cartoony, like destroy all humans level.
Totally. In the lore, though, the reason that they look like this now, I don't know why they didn't give them clothes then, but the reason they look like this now is because they have fused those little guys from the first game with human DNA.
Oh, okay.
That's why they're tall.
Okay. I mean, it's effectively creepy that they're naked, right? But like, it's a weird disconnect to see that they're naked, but then also like sometimes they have a cool gauntlet or whatever that is.
Right, because they can clearly wear clothes if they wanted to.
Yeah, and like they understand how to use like objects and tools, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not thralls from Destiny. They're not like feral creatures.
Yeah, they're thralls in the sense that they are enthralled to the what you call them, the elders,
The necromancer.
The necromancers.
Yeah.
Because they're being controlled by like chips.
Oh, okay.
They're actually, so the premise.
Sour cream and onion.
Yeah, sour cream and onion. There's some like cheddar ones in there too. That's really good.
Okay.
They are, so in the game that comes after this, like the little weird experimental game that they made that was like $5. That takes place like 20 years after this game. Yeah. XCOM cops, X-Cops.
Yeah, X-Cops. Good ending or bad ending?
Good ending in that universe.
Okay.
Because you defeat the elders, the aliens that like run the show, and then that frees everybody from the mind control. So Earth is just like covered in aliens that were brought here against their will, and suddenly like remember being people, and are just like, what do I do? Where do I go? It's actually kind of a really cool setup. So they've just like, I guess I'm a mutant. I guess I get a job on the docks because I'm really strong and can just like lift boxes really good, or various other things.
We need people who can lift boxes real good. That's a core core labor requirement.
Right.
Yeah, it's a core competency.
Which I actually, I think that's a amazing setup, honestly. So you have like on your squad in that game, your squad is like a couple humans and then mostly aliens.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Weird.
Nice. Good dodge.
Incoming fire!
It's the hat. It's the bucket hat.
Yeah, the bucket hat kind of increases their sort of their depth perception. It narrows.
Well, and it's a +2 to evasiveness because it's so aerodynamic.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this.
Panthera Anka wants to know what your favorite characters from that game were, if you have any.
The Viper lady, the big snake, in terms of like actual combat.
Oh, you could have one of
usefulness?
them. Internet loves them.
Oh yeah, I wrote an article about it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I wrote an article that like I think the title was something like XCOM Chimera Squad leans into the series horny like roots or something like that. Because it does definitely, like, there are like you know how in Star Wars: The Clone Wars there are like pinup girls of like Twi'leks all the time.
Sure.
They do that, but there's like pinup girl snake ladies all over that fun. Universe.
Yeah.
They do that. They do a bunch of different things along those lines.
They know.
Yeah, they definitely know. In terms
this
of like
guy's
combat
very
effectiveness, I think she was incredible. Like she was really good. What? Sorry, Jordan.
No, I was yawning. Sorry.
Oh.
It had nothing to do with what you were saying. I'm engaged in here.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Yeah,
she
was cool.
I was thinking though about apparently they have a BTS meal at McDonald's right now,
Okay.
and I think I haven't looked it up, so I'm gonna do that live on stream. Also, nice job killing that man.
Thank you.
No, was that an alien? Was that one of these screebs but with clothes on? The Stumbicon guy, or is that a different guy?
So it's a combine from Half-Life 2 situation.
Oh, okay.
So like underneath that helmet, so we didn't know what they looked like really underneath that helmet until like it's like a story reveal. Like they're like half alien, half humans under there.
Okay.
They're humans that have had alien DNA injected into them. But then in War of the Chosen, this expansion, there's an entire faction of those guys who have broken the mind control that join you.
Oh, okay.
And then
So they used frog DNA to fill in the gaps.
Totally, yeah.
And that was like their one fatal mistake.
Yeah, Life Found a Way is kind of the central issue in the XCOM universe.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to really quickly wrote back to Electric Claire, said, have you ever played Invisible Ink, Steven? And yes, I have. That game fucking whips, and I've never beaten it, but I love that game so much, and might play it on the stream one day. Yeah,
that'd be a good thing. Because like, you and I both know so many people that love that game, and I've never like really seen it or sat down with it.
So one of the reasons I've never done anything with that game on the website is because I want Danielle to do something with it.
Yeah, she would be a good fit for that.
She would,
but it would
absolutely
also
love that
maybe
game.
ruin her life.
That's why she hasn't played it. She's always saying like, I know if I play that game, I'm gonna play 900 hours of it in like the first week, and it was like fair.
Yeah.
So it's existed in this weird limbo at the site where it's like I want to do more with Invisible Ink because I love that game, but also I want Danielle to have something fun, but also
Totally.
Danielle's afraid of it.
Yeah, for real. But and we all have to be our own warden like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
2 tidbits from the chat. One, Grace says that she had the BTS meal yesterday.
How was it?
Yeah, how was it, Grace? And Nikki says, please send my dog encouragement. She's going so slow.
Got
Barley,
little legs.
you can do it. Yeah, she does have very small legs. Barley is like the most depressed, well cared for dog.
Yeah.
Like every time we ever get to see Barley, she seems like everything in her life has gone wrong, even though we know factually the opposite is true. Yeah, even though we know that she's like delicately cared for and all of her needs are constantly met. Oh, is it just 10-piece nuggets with a special sauce? Oh, that's weird. Why? There aren't 10 guys in BTS, are there?
I have never listened to. Well, that's not true. I've listened to K-pop, but I've never really. I don't follow BTS at all. So.
LB is our resident BTS expert.
Yeah, if Natalie or LB were here, we would know.
Moving out.
Nikki's back. Hey, Nikki.
Well,
Hey,
okay,
Nikki.
here's the thing. I'm not officially back. But y'all are talking about the BTS meal?
Yeah.
That's just right. It's just regular 10 nugget meal. Like, it's not even, they don't even have a special sauce. They don't even, it's not even, there's 6 of them and they still, 7? And they still couldn't even get one for each. Unbelievable.
7 guys, Grace says, is it not a special sauce?
No, it's just like barbecue sauce.
Why is it branded? Is there no toy?
No.
What
Like,
would a
they've
BTS
done-
meal toy
they've-
look like?
It would be like a little Nindoroid, but
7
shitty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't know which one of them you're gonna
seven
get.
shitty Funko Pops.
Yes. That was the original name for the band, and they decided not to go with that.
Yeah, they went a
like,
different direction.
When they did this with Travis Scott and J Balvin, it was like their actual
And
orders.
Gay Bowser?
J Balvin.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like special orders. So like I'm making this up, but J Balvin was like, I want 1 double cheeseburger and 1 McChicken and fries and a drink, and it's like $8. But for these boys, they just were like 10 nuggets. That's most of them.
Nikki, that is terrifyingly close to my actual regular McDonald's order.
A 10.
Oh, the double cheeseburger and McChicken.
Yeah, I get when I indulge, which has been way too often lately,
Uh-huh.
I get a McDouble and a McChicken and free large fries through the app and a Dr. Pepper or something. And
That's
it's like
it.
$4.50.
It's the play. It's what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know about the app. All right, well, I gotta go back.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in the house, and well, unclear because the dog is the first time she has ever seen grass. So I'll be back.
Nikki, the good news is that you sound better on your phone than you did on your laptop.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, I'll be back. Bye.
All right, bye.
Blackjack Attack says, if each member of BTS gets one, who do you think is getting the leftover McNuggets? Trick question. They obviously share those last three.
Yeah, kind of like one they Lady and the Tramp style. One eats one half of the nugget, the other one eats the other half at the same time. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But that doesn't divide evenly, so because there's 7 of them. So maybe just one of them just like drinks the rest of the sauce.
Yeah. Do they have a manager? Maybe. They could split it up with?
Here's a fun fact about K-pop. Usually in these groups, each member has their own manager.
Their own manager.
Yeah.
Wild.
Because there's so many people to take care of and to organize, and there's the logistics of running one of these groups is totally nuts.
Yeah, I bet.
As far as like coordinating recording times and getting everybody into the practice spaces at the same time and all that stuff. And that's why typically these groups will live together in dorms or apartments owned by the record label.
Sure. Okay.
Just so that they can like. I mean, one, it's a measure of control, and because to keep you from leaving the group, because the label pays for everything that happens in your life.
Sure, sure.
But it also has logistical benefits because if everybody's under one roof and you know where everybody is all the time, and you can get everybody, you can shuttle people around together and get them to the dance hall and all that stuff.
Right. You got to get them to the Greek sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Now, Blackjack Attack, I don't know if this has done such a good job writing this ad copy in chat here. I don't know if it's real or not.
Okay.
BTS isn't BTS without the teamwork of 7 members in perfect harmony. Kind of like how the BTS meal just isn't complete without crispy fries and a refreshing ice-cold Coca-Cola registered symbol. That could just be... Oh, wow, okay. Blackjack Attack says this is real McDonald's ad copy.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
I know nothing about BTS, but I assume like that's all true about them.
Oh, that guy just exploded into a Clayface.
Oh yeah, he's a muddy man from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, okay. Jimmy Neutron was a little bit after my time, so I'm very unaware of its characters.
Damn, I wish Nikki was here.
Can you shoot through that wall at that guy?
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, I've been playing a game recently. Not this one, like a different game called Phoenix Point.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact is also another game that I've been playing. But I've been playing a game called Phoenix Point, which is a one of these. It's like a XCOM. Like it's by the guy who made the original XCOM, like UFO defense in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Julian
like
Gollop.
the PC one?
Yeah. And it was like a Kickstarter game from a year or two ago.
I was just about to ask, is this a Kickstarter game?
Totally.
That sounds like the most Kickstarter-ass thing.
Totally.
Of game designer who made one super popular thing 25 years ago kickstarts the same game but without the license.
So he had also worked on a couple of things in between there where he was not like that were not as big but were also pretty well liked. He did that like Ghost Recon Tactics game on the 3DS.
I like very vaguely remember that thing.
And like nobody remembers that thing because it's a Ghost Recon Tactics game from the 3DS, but apparently it's like really good.
Okay.
So he had been working on various things throughout the years on various tactics games and stuff, but not like to the like degree of an XCOM. And I think they kickstarted Phoenix Point. I'm not actually sure, but much like Merritt was unable to go between episodes without playing Dark Souls on Merit Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I have missed playing XCOM so much that I wanted to play something like that.
Totally. So how is it?
It's fun. One of the things, the reason I brought it up though, one of the things that I've been missing in that game that this game has in droves that you kind of referenced a little bit ago,
Seven men singing in perfect harmony.
7 men singing in perfect harmony. Kind of the squad size just doesn't really allow for it in the same way. You know. No, it's destructible environments.
Oh, sure.
This game has like incredibly detailed destructible environments where you can just like shoot a wall open and get a guy on the other side, and that game does not have it to nearly the like same degree as this one. Which is a bit of a bummer. Like I like that element of this game a lot.
It's not scratching the itch the way that you want.
There's a couple things in that game that are like there's a couple things I like in that game better than this one that I think are really interesting and cool. And then there's a couple of things in that game that I'm like, I really miss this from the XCOM.
Yeah.
For instance, that game is all about like Shadow over Innsmouth style like fishmen coming out of the ocean and attacking Earth and stuff.
Okay. They did that on XCOM too, right?
There was an XCOM sequel called Terror from the Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was very similar in that way. But so that is almost like kind of a reference to that in a certain way.
Did you get into Darkest Dungeon?
I love Darkest Dungeon.
Okay, I was about to say that seems like a real Steven game now that I think about it.
If anybody wants to go back and listen to our old Game of the Decade conversation, I go hard to bat for Darkest Dungeon during that podcast.
Sounds like a strong contender.
It's very good. I've not played that newest DLC that they put out. Like they put out free DLC for it like 2 months ago.
Oh really? That's weird.
Yeah.
That game came out like when did that game came out like 6 years ago, right?
2016, I think. Is that right? Am I making that number up?
I'm looking. 2016. Game. Yeah, so 5 years ago, ish.
The sequel, I think, is supposed to be going into early access this year.
Oh, weird. I mean, of course they would be making a sequel. It was that thing did so well.
It did super well, and they supported it forever. They put out multiple expansions that were all really cool.
Yeah. There's also like a huge and dedicated modding community for that thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If you want to have the what if the Vestal was naked and like sexy, you can definitely download that mod.
Yeah, I have a screenshot of like a character, like one of the cool zoom shots of a character being afflicted with something. You know, like whenever you get like a cursor or like are poisoned or whatever. And it does that super dramatic zoom in and they look all anguished and it's great, but it says horny. And, it's real. I don't use it for anything because that's not really the kind of reaction images that I tend to use, but it makes me fun. It makes me smile.
It's very good.
It's very funny.
As soon as possible. The aliens are undoubtedly
yes, we're working on it, Council.
I have kind of the same relationship with these games that I do with roguelikes, which is that like every now and then I'll hit one that I drop like 100 hours into, and then but for every other 90% of them I spend like 15 pretty enjoyable hours with and then never go back to.
Yeah, I'm in kind of the same boat to a certain degree.
Because like that PlayStation 3 era XCOM, I put a huge amount of time in.
The first one, or the XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Enemy Unknown, yeah, and like I've tried several other Hex games before and since then, and just nothing really like clicked then. So I don't know if it's like a best case, like right place, right time kind of thing. But same goes for roguelikes. Like I put like 400 hours into the first Binding of Isaac release. And there's other stuff that I've enjoyed since then, and I actually like have a lot of really negative opinions about Binding of Isaac now. But
sure.
Like I beat Hades once, and was like, yeah, okay. And like that game was my game of the year last year, but like I don't have any drive to go put another 300 hours into it or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Some genres are weird like that.
Yeah.
But like there's some that you can just jump into no matter what, and you know that you'll have like an okay time. And then there's others that like will just occasionally super click, and then but that magic is really hard to recreate.
It sure is, yeah. I have actually I'm trying to think like a specific example. I was just thinking about this recently, though, where I was... Oh, Subnautica. There was, like, the first Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero, the sequel to it. I love those games, but it has been super, super, super hard for me to find that, to recapture that magic in another survival base building type game. Like, nothing... Because there's very specific stuff about Subnautica that I like that a lot of those games don't do. There's, like, I wrote about this on the site as well, but there's, like, a certain very physical element to Subnautica where your character's hand goes out and, like, pulls a lever, and the lever detaches the trailer from your little submarine, and then you push the trailer to move it where you want and stuff like that.
Totally.
Like, there's that tactile clunky sensation, chunky sensation, and I feel like so many survival games are like, go up to tree, hold down the button so the guy does this, and like whacks on it for like 5 seconds till a bar fills up, and then you get
around filling meters.
Yeah,
and
I hate that. Like that doesn't do it for me.
To do all that much convincing.
Totally.
At this point.
I'm back.
not sure
Hello.
Hey, Nikki.
Can I tell a story really
Please
fast?
do.
It has literally nothing to do with
Maybe
anything
not.
you've been talking
But what
about,
about
which
the
I'm sure is
terminally
Cogent
ill,
Games
the elderly,
criticism.
or the
I would love
disabled?
that.
The aliens can offer
So you know
them something we
pants,
can't.
right?
I've heard of
Most
them, yeah.
people would trade
You've
in.
got
I try to avoid them as much as possible, for sure.
right, but for those at home who might not know what pants is got usually 2-leg,
I just hope they
one
see it that
waistband.
way.
Sometime there's also two kind of pant. There's a long and short pant, depending on what kind of you get. And then within short pant, there are many style of pant, including basketball pant, or basketball short, as it's also known.
I've seen a brief short film about the large basketball shorts.
Briefs.
Yes.
Got it.
Briefs. Yeah, exactly. Briefs are tight pants for your zone. Anyway, I've had this pair of basketball shorts. It's red and gray, and I think I got it from Target in maybe 2013.
Okay.
So it is upwards of 7 years old. And I put those on today because I've just carried them throughout my life. And then I was like, it's time to walk the dog. So I put my my fucking keys in my pocket so that I was able to get into and out of the home. And then I grabbed my phone. I put my phone in my other pocket so that I could interact with the world, the outside world, while walking my dog, who was experiencing grass for the first time. And I got down this, like you do, and I got down the stairs and started walking, and then I was like, my legs are cold. And then I looked down, and my pants had fallen down because of the weight of the phone and the pants.
Oh, sure, yeah.
On the pants was too great
because of gravity.
Because of gravity, and the waistband was not powerful enough. So Tim Cook and whoever makes my the keys pants today in public on the street.
Yeah. What sort of phone was it?
My iPhone.
Yeah. What like a big one?
No, I noticed as it was happening. I didn't they didn't fall down and then I walked like 10 feet. It was like an immediate oh, this is happening, and then I looked down and my pants were down.
No, I was just more concerned about was it big phone, heavy weight, pull down?
Yeah, that's what it was, because the waistband was so old.
Big phone, okay.
No. I crucially, it is, I guess, when I was crafting and weaving this story, it did sound like I took many steps before I realized that my pants were falling down.
Yeah.
That is not the case.
Sort of like Three Stooges, did like a little walk and then a double take.
It was like it was No, that's not what happened.
Did Barley notice?
No, she was interacting with the grass again for the first time in her whole life.
Right.
Anyway, that's my
Was
story.
this before or after you called us?
That was before.
Before, okay.
That's
well,
fine.
you did a good job of not giving us any indication while you were on the phone in public that you had just been pantsed.
Yeah.
You did if I went back, if Steven had asked me immediately after you got off the phone, hey, do you think Nikki just got pants? I would have said definitely not.
Right. Why would you believe that?
Yeah.
That's the power of my own voice.
Yeah, that's just your acting acumen.
Yeah. Anyway.
Which is why you should be on any number of different network television shows.
Let me on Friends.
Right.
Swap me with the Schwim.
Who even wants to swim, you know?
The Schwim.
Which one is
a
that?
bit from David Schwimmer.
Yeah.
Ross.
Oh, nobody likes Ross.
No.
Nobody likes Ross.
It's kind
Ross
of a key
is
part of his
fucking
character.
monster. Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey!
this is a well-trod ground. Go listen to Friends Reunion on Monday.
Oh, I haven't listened to the most recent episode. I gotta.
Well, no, because it's not out yet.
Oh.
John and I recorded it today.
Well.
Anyway, how's your lads doing, Steven?
Not dead this time. The
That's
Dragon
good.
Balls worked.
Lads are strong.
I
So
don't know
here-
what this is.
I don't remember this. Maybe y'all can remember this. You know how Saiyans get stronger every time they heal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that counts when they get brought back with the Dragon Balls?
Yeah. Because there's continuity in their form when they like get the halo and go to hell or whatever.
Yeah, because Goku gets stronger when he's on King Kai's planet and he's still dead then, right?
Yeah, totally. So we know that there is continuity of the self after death in the Dragon Ball universe.
Right. Okay.
Will do.
Never seen
Dragon Ball Z is great.
Dragon Ball.
It's
You-
really fun. Don't
Mickey-
like watch the original dub, the Ocean dub. The Funimation dub's okay, but
I would
To get
pay
the full
money
flavor.
to listen to a podcast, perhaps, where Nicholas Grayson watched all of Dragon Ball and through
Interesting.
Super, and then just described what they experienced.
now what would you call this?
Okay. Dragon Ball Nikai.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
That was the end of
We'll
it, huh?
keep thinking about it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We'll keep workshopping.
Wow. Okay.
Nikki, you've just basically never seen any anime, right? Like you've seen
Here's the
Yuri
list
on
of
Ice
the-
and that's it.
Yeah, here's the list of anime that I've seen.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
Okay.
Up until 5Ds. The 4Kids dub, obviously.
Sure.
course.
Then Digimon up until the year where the Digimon were inside of them.
Is that Traders or Tamers?
Yeah, Tamers seems correct.
Or was
Um,
Tamer? Okay. I
was
don't know
Tamers
anything
the
about
one
Digimon. I just
where-
know that people don't like Tamers.
Yeah, Digimon Julie Taymor for sure.
No, that's
I'm
Namor.
Googling Digimon trainers. Tamers. No, Digimon Tamers was the one with Renamon where everyone wanted to fuck. the
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. Of course.
I'm
Oh, is
thinking
that where that came
of...
from? Maybe that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
people don't like it.
People want to fuck that dog so bad.
Oh, I know they want to fuck that dog. I just didn't know it was specifically from Digimon Tamers.
Oh.
I'm thinking of Digimon Frontier. That was the last one I watched.
Okay.
Okay.
I almost
And
don't
then-
like the kids show anime that was like on Fox. Almost doesn't count as anime in my head, and I don't know why.
There's anime has a bunch of these weird distinctions. Like a lot of people don't consider Ghibli films anime.
I think
'Cause they're
that's
good-
just
'cause they're
classism.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like that's classism because it's like, oh, it's not. You don't understand. I don't watch the plebeian shonen anime. I watch.
Ponyo.
Yeah, I only
Ponyo.
watch.
I
only watch Ponyo.
only watch cinema, like the one about the raccoons with the giant balls.
Yeah. God, what a good one though.
I haven't seen that one yet. It's on HBO Max. I need to get to it.
Aren't they all on HBO Max, or do they take?
They
some-
are, yeah. They got the
Okay.
whole thing.
That's cool.
And then I watched Yuri on Ice.
You're on.
Yeah,
And that's my whole anime canon.
those count.
Yeah.
Which is of the three anime that you've seen, which is your favorite, probably?
I think about Pokemon the most frequently.
Yeah.
Katie and I yell jelly donuts at each other.
Jelly
almost
donuts?
almost weekly. Yeah.
My favorite.
Jellyfilled are my favorite. God, that first Brock voice actor was so good.
Yeah.
4Kids had like such weirdly endearing talent.
God.
Yeah. Then they read, but the lines they were reading were wrong.
Yeah, and like that was so common back then, especially for like, if you look at the early, like not even just 4Kids, but like a bunch of the Canadian studios, like early, like Ocean dubs and like whoever it was that was doing Sailor Moon at the time, and like the early Ranma 1/2 dubs. Like you've got all these people who are clearly very talented voice actors, working with scripts that are not translated especially well and are not timed especially well. Was also a huge problem back then. And a lot of those people would like voice one character for the run of a show and then never worked in voice acting again and just totally dropped off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because like now you've got like this super consolidated system where Funimation is doing a huge portion of the dub work that's done in America, and like none of it is union, and they use the same 20 people for basically everything.
It's such an insular organization. It's really hard to get a job in voice acting these days, partially because it is so like, no, it's that crew does it. That's like that's
yeah,
who does
it's like,
voice acting.
Yeah, there's like the whole world of regular Hollywood unionized voice acting, and then there's anime voice acting, which is its own bizarre offshoot thing
for sure
that happens in Dallas. And there used to be more of it, but ADV closed down, and you know it's just Funimation and then a few smaller studios. But yeah, it's real weird now because you've got these people who are like totally, like definitely very talented and just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Blackjack Attack asks if we could voice act an anime, and I would love to.
I would love to.
I would love to have us do like a fan dub of something.
A fan dub, yeah.
Yeah.
I have talked about this before in this group. I don't know if I've ever said it on a stream or on a podcast or anything like that, but there was a time there where that's what I wanted to do for a living. That's what I was trying to get into, was be a voice actor, professional voice actor. It's part of why I can do a bunch of like different pitches and tones and stuff like that. Not that I have like a bunch of characters that I'm ready to just like do off the top of my head.
No, do a character.
All right.
Jelly donuts. Wow.
Yeah, baby.
But yeah, it is such a weird cutthroat thing.
Yeah, and like you can't do both, right? Because you can't be in the union and take non-union work.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to pick. Yeah, so you have to pick if you're going to do anime or not anime.
Right.
Which is like such a weird thing to have to choose between.
Yeah, you can't make me choose against anime. Come on.
Yeah.
$50-50.
What do you
yeah, let's go.
For Notions.
Philip the Snowman says they put in the VA contract that if you voiced a character for the whole run of a show, you would have to get buried with the rest of the cast when the show ended. So that explains a lot of it.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when a pharaoh would get buried with all of their like servants and valuable possessions and stuff. Yeah, it was like that.
Anime voice acting industry famous for its tauntines, you know?
Yeah.
What would you bury yourself with? If you could take one thing with you, what would you take? Damn, this is a really good question. Huh?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean,
probably my e-cig.
Your e-cig?
Got to vape it. Can't not vape in the afterlife. Can't roll into.
Listen, if you're not rolling the fattest cloud, how do you think there's so many clouds in heaven? Where do you think they come from?
That's true. There are a lot of clouds in heaven.
Philip says golden arm, no question. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that fucking golden arm.
I mean, I guess it would be my golden arm.
What a dumb piece of shit that network was.
Dylan and Merritt, even after being brought back with the Dragon Ball, still best of friends.
Nice. I love it. Probably one of my guitars. I've had them for a real long time. I've had my acoustic guitar since I was 17, and my electric since I was 17, and my acoustic since I was 19.
Sure,
pretty cool.
So one of them, props. Hopefully, I'll have them for the rest of my life.
Have you considered sewing them together so that they could be one guitar?
One. Well, the problem is that one is electric and one is acoustic.
It's electric, you would say.
And when you want to add something to an acoustic guitar, it just gets real complicated. I could duct tape them together like
that's
reverse,
what I was mostly suggesting,
so that like one was so like I could flip it around in the middle of a song, and change from playing an acoustic guitar to playing an electric guitar. They have these special stands, Nikki, that is it's a stand for your acoustic guitar, but it's at like waist play level, and it holds it in the position that you would hold an acoustic guitar. And the whole reason that they exist is so that you can be playing an electric guitar or some other instrument, and then at some point in the song, walk over to the acoustic guitar that is being held aloft by this series of bars and clamps, and play it for a little bit without having to take off your other instrument or put on the acoustic guitar.
That owns.
Yeah, it's real fun.
It's really silly.
When inspired,
it's like you have to be running some kind of pretty elaborate stage show and also be short on hands, because it means that you don't have another musician on stage who can play that guitar. It's a super niche thing, and it's also funny because when you're not playing it, there's just a guitar floating on stage.
Yeah,
because the bars are really thin.
That's magic.
Yeah.
But enough,
you may as well just like suspend it.
There.
You may as well just suspend it.
Fish wire.
Yeah, with fish wire from the ceiling or something, so that there is just a floating guitar on stage. That would kick ass.
That would rule.
Finally got a lead on where the Chosen have been holding our soldier captive.
Do you think it would be cool? I think if I was a famous musician, I would
win,
regardless of the genre. When
you're a famous musician.
Oh, when I'm a famous musician, I'm gonna request to do as much stuff on wire as I possibly can, even if it doesn't make any sense relative to the kind of music I play, or what the set is. I just want to be kind of on a wire at all times.
Right.
You know how an orchestra kind of has to respond to the conductor and do whatever they say. Do you think there's like a bunch of rules for if the conductor were on a wire and just nobody has ever had to use them yet?
Yeah, almost definitely. Almost definitely.
Because like if anybody's going to be prepared for like different contingencies and stuff, it's classical music people.
Yeah, they know.
Have you ever known a person that plays a classical instrument or in a traditionally classical?
Yeah, I played
thing?
the recorder in high school.
Oh, okay, cool. So, well, they're the most like as we know from knowing Steven, who played recorder in high school. One of the and every 88-piece orchestra has a 30-piece recorder
section. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. They are
sort
like
of
the
backbone of classical music, they say.
Yeah, they're the most like disciplined, fastidious people that you will ever meet.
Yeah.
Aside from like hardcore martial artists.
I'm just thinking about having like three like. Remember that Kanye tour where the set was a big floating platform that was suspended like 30 feet in the air, like from the roof, and then the audience was on the floor underneath the platform?
So they couldn't see him?
Some of the people, if they were on the floor, could not see him.
Cool. No, I didn't know.
Standing directly underneath. It was very cool and looked incredible. I just want 3 of those around the arena that the wires will fly me to.
Oh, kick ass! Yeah, that would be great.
So that I can.
They can put you on the wire system they use for the NFL camera, so that they can position you anywhere in 3-dimensional space.
That would rule.
Isn't it wild?
Blackjack Attack wants to know if a mandolin is a classical instrument. You might see a mandolin from time to time in like a rhythm section.
I'm pretty sure mandolins cut like vegetables. What the fuck are you talking about?
I only know the mandolin mostly through that Flight of the Conchord song.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you typically you'd be a lot more likely to see a mandolin in like a pops orchestra than something that's going to be playing Bach or whatever. Like someone in that orchestra will know how to play a mandolin, most likely the guitar player.
Okay.
But it's not going to be a staple.
Either of you play
it's not going to show up every time.
I suppose I already know the answer to this question for you, Jordan, but like I was going to ask, do either of you play like any instruments? But I guess you literally just said that a minute ago.
the guitar. Guitar. I can play the ukulele, and that's it.
Yeah, like that small boy.
Exactly like that thing. I know that small boy. Yeah.
I can play the guitar. And by extension, the bass a little bit. A bass is just a guitar with 2 less strings. It's tuned the same way, and the frets do the same stuff. So every guitar player knows how to play the bass a little bit. It's just how much actual like hands-on experience you have with it.
Is that why bass players get such shit?
A little bit. That's why they're respected less amongst guitarists, because it's like, damn, your guitar doesn't even have 6 strings on it.
Good to go.
I used to.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I used to be able to play the flute and the violin, but
Oh really?
Like yeah, enough to where I could like read music and then play them, but I have not played in almost 15 years at this point.
What?
So
Damn, we need to get you a flute.
those skills are absolutely gone and out of my head.
Nikki, it's like you had just told me that you had fucking killed a man once. Like, the revelation there is of a same piece with me of just like, oh yeah, just let me casually drop the fact that I used to be able to play 2 like incredibly complex famous instruments.
Yeah.
The famous instruments.
I want to learn how to play the saxophone so fucking bad. I think it's my favorite instrument.
Yeah?
You listen to a lot of jazz?
What is your favorite instrument?
How good is your relationship with Katie right now?
Good.
Yeah, you got some room to put some stress on it.
I mean, this is only gonna be for another 2 months, and then we don't live together anymore. So, if you think about it, what's the worst?
I misunderstood your arrangement.
She's going to UW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to different schools.
We're going to different schools.
Oh,
and I'm going to Providence. So we won't live in the same home. So I can fucking do, I think, whatever in the remaining 2 months.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
How much is a saxophone?
You could. I'm gonna say I've never looked at saxophone prices. I'm gonna guess right now. The floor for like a shitty learner like practice saxophone.
A practice sax.
A praxisphone. A praxisphone. A praxisphone.
Ring, 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 ring. A praxisphone.
Doopy doopy doo. Yeah. I'm gonna say that it's $90.
Wow.
For like the saxophone. The
American dollars.
Yeah, the saxophone that you would buy a child who's just joined the middle school marching band. $90.
$90
for a soprano sax.
90. I'm just want to confirm. $90 American dollars.
Yeah, for a real bad one.
Well, you wouldn't have to get one that was used on the set of The Sopranos. That probably does raise the price like a little bit.
Steven, how much do you think they cost?
Oh, a saxophone?
Yeah.
A praxis sax or like a regular sax?
A regular saxophone.
A regular saxophone?
I will.
$800.
It is listed here as a student alto saxophone. It costs on GuitarCenter.com. Costs $479.99.
Wow, really?
That is the cheapest one they sell.
Okay.
Damn. John says, I paused my video game to type stupid at Steven. Also, earlier in the chat, Avery Island said that they're learning bass. Keep at it. Learning an instrument is like one of the most rewarding things that you can do.
It's pretty satisfying.
It's wonderful.
Damn, couldn't be me.
Steven, do you not play anything?
Oh,
you were working on your voice, your chords.
Yeah, I was. I mean, literally, like even going back to playing Rock Band, I was always vocals.
Sure.
Never really sang professionally. What I did used to do was I was on the speech team. I was in Toastmasters a lot. It was a big thing for my parents that I would get really good at public speaking because they were very bad at it, or at least they believed themselves to be. So I was in a lot of those things and did like a lot of, as a result.
That's an unconventional parent hang-up.
They had a lot of conventional ones too. They just had a lot of like things that they wanted me to do because it was like I had to play sports. I had to go to speech. I had to do good in school. I had to.
Is that why you're so tall?
Yeah.
Is that why you're so tall?
Yeah. The sort of most of the height on a person. A lot of people think it's in the legs or the back. It's actually in the vocal folds. So once you exercise those, it just stretches you out from kind of the base to the up.
Oh,
the base to the up.
See, I meant that your parents wanted you to be good to play sports, and that's why you're so tall.
Oh yeah, I mean it definitely.
I was making a different dumb joke.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm going to make my child play soccer so that they can take me to the Olympics.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Wait, can't you just? You can just go to the Olympics.
You can't just go to the Olympics.
But then I would have to pay.
Oh sure. Oh wait, dude.
Is it that expensive?
If my child is on the Olympic soccer team,
yeah, do you get
then
to go
I
for
just
free?
get to go for free. Yeah.
Are you
as
sure?
Like a guest of the athlete. Yeah. I've looked into this.
Okay.
You get to go for like each athlete gets to take a couple of folds. So yeah, that's my goal.
Okay.
You get to pick who you know gets to come to the most wild bacchanal party experience of their life.
Mm-hmm. Knowing that my child is having the wildest sex in the athlete's village that anybody's ever had, as I'm unbelievably drunk watching a handball game or something.
Yeah, Nikki watching gold medal highlight while their child gets railed 2 rooms over. That's a fun image.
Never been more proud. Remember when they had the Olympics in Russia a few years ago, and there were just like open
Ask me
manholes
anything about
all over the place?
Ask me anything about the Olympics ever.
So Steven, the Olympic Games. Do you remember when Mario and Sonic were there?
I do remember that. That's kind of my big one. Yeah.
Where are the Olympics this year, Steven?
Tokyo.
That's correct. Where were they before that?
Where were they last year?
Yeah. Yeah, where were they last year?
Yeah, where were last year's Olympics?
Yeah.
Was it Brazil?
It was Tokyo. That is right. In 2016, it was Rio. Yes.
Oh, was it? Okay.
This year's Olympics are called the 2020 Summer Olympics.
No, they are not. Are they still
yes,
calling
they are.
it that?
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yes, this year. Yes, they're called the 2020 Olympics, even though they will occur from July 23rd to August 8th, 2021.
That's very funny. So, I love that.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate that.
Remember when the London 2012
I'm just gonna get stabbed
logo
again,
looked like Lisa Simpson giving someone a blowjob?
I do remember that, yeah. Not since the Resident Evil 6 box art had we seen such great logo design.
Resident Evil's had a good track record for that. Remember, like, Resident Evil or whatever it was on the...
Evil Revelations, yeah.
Was it Resolations?
No, Resolations was me kind of slurring my words out of like sort of like comedy.
Oh, okay. You remember that 3DS game though that I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, Resident Evil Resolations. Yeah, Revelations. Jesus Christ! Now I'm doing it by accident. Oh well, they're done.
Oh no, Guile.
Guile got taken. I'm sorry, Chewie Baka.
Oh well, if anybody's gonna get taken,
yeah. There's more where that came from. Let me tell you. But we got Michael Dorn out of the deal, so.
Oh, that's good. Blackjack Attack wants to know why we still allow the Olympics to happen. The answer is capitalism.
Money.
Money.
Yeah. That's the only reason
every
why.
Every year they get to ruin a different city.
Yeah.
And or every 4 years they get to ruin a different city.
Every 2 years they get to ruin a different city.
Does the Winter Olympics ruin a city as much as the Summer Olympics does?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in a different way. It's like the scale is off, right? Because the Winter Olympics are always smaller, so it always ends up in a smaller city, but proportionally it still does fuck them up.
Okay, gotcha. That's the only reason I know.
Most embarrassing picture of Chewie Baka possible.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get going here. Yeah, pose. That's the only reason I know where the Olympics are held is because I remember different stories of different places being destroyed by the Olympics.
Now, have we thought about this? Let me hit you with this.
Okay.
Cat.
You know who writes stories about the Olympics every 2 years consistently and how they destroy cities? That's right, journalists.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What if the only reason we still have the Olympics are because it's a fucking scheme by big media?
Oh.
So they can have easy stories to write every 2 years.
No,
yeah,
a scheme. Just a different scheme. This is a different scheme than what you're talking about. Okay, so this person, Chewie Baka, is kneeling before one of the naked aliens.
I don't like the way that I don't like them because they're different.
Got it.
Extremely explicitly.
Rest in peace, Chewie Baka.
Rip. There is
so
no
Nikki, you're
big
saying
sport.
On an album cover decades ago.
I am glad to return.
Many people think that there's a big sport. It's not. Sports is small. There's no money in sports. It's all big journalists.
I mean, I was going to say the actual other organization that is probably the most corrupt, probably before the Olympics, probably more so than the Olympics, is FIFA, which is like basically exists as the exact same kind of organization. It's just that they operate basically year round.
FIFA's cool though because it's not cool, but FIFA's cool though because the crimes are so fucking egregious that it's like if someone wrote it in a movie, you would be like, "There's no fucking way."
Yeah,
that's what makes FIFA so cool to me.
So
One time they brought out a guy. His name was Sepp Blatter. He used to run the FIFA.
His name was Stepladder?
Sepp Blatter.
Oh, okay.
Which is the same as Stepladder. And one time he walks out into a press conference room with a bunch of journalists, and there were just stacks and stacks of like freshly opened reams of printer paper that he was like, these are the investigations that we're running internally. So all fucking blank pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm. Now, was that before or after the United States government did that?
Yeah, because remember that also happened here.
That was before that.
That's where they got the idea.
That's
cool.
right, yeah.
It's like, well, worked for that guy. Cat, are you destroying something back there? No, you're fine. You're just looking out a window. My cat has been, like, just absolutely terrible today.
Yeah, they sound like they're being real tyrants over there.
Commander.
Yeah, one of them is just, like, begging for me to turn on the faucet with him next to it over and over again, and then he will jump down and then come right back to me and beg me to put him back up on next to the water.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, just don't jump down. He has
Are
water
you sure?
in bowls.
Are you sure you're not like 1 degree off from the thing that he actually wants?
I guess every time I get up, he goes into the bathroom, and then he does splash around in the water. He plays with the water every time.
Right.
Does the water play back though? Maybe he's just kind of waiting for.
Yeah, maybe he wants you to play with him in the water.
So that is literally the actual thing here, is that what he wants from me is to stand there next to him while he plays with the water and pet him and talk to him.
Oh, okay.
But I can't spend my whole day doing that.
Well, why not?
Well, I gotta play XCOM.
Okay,
I love this game so much, and I love talking to both of you about it.
Sure. Well, I love it too. I just think that, that might be difficult for your cat to understand.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy an electric saxophone.
Okay.
No, I'm not. They're $400.
So you're saving $100?
You're right. Listen, I'm throwing money away.
You'd be a fool not to buy this electric
I'd
saxophone.
be a fool not
No,
to buy.
is this a traditional saxophone that has been amplified somehow, or is
No,
this a
it
MIDI
is
controller with
an
saxophone keys on it?
Unclear. It's called an electric wind instrument.
Okay, that's a MIDI controller.
So it's a MIDI controller that you can blow into.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically the same as those pianos with a tube.
Yeah. A melodica?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's super different from a melodica.
No, I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same as a melodica.
Exactly the
okay,
same,
cool.
yeah.
Sorry, that's my misunderstanding. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of MIDI, like a traditional MIDI controller is just a keyboard that doesn't have any built-in sounds. You plug it into a computer to control Ableton or whatever. There's a whole bunch of other MIDI controllers that are shaped like different kinds of instruments for people who like don't want to learn how to play a piano.
Oh, okay.
So there's woodwind ones for saxophone kids, or like if you play the clarinet or whatever and you want to do MIDI sequencing but you don't know the first thing about playing piano, then you can basically plug a fake saxophone into your computer and do it that way.
Okay.
But it's going to be a lot more expensive than just like learning how to pick out notes on a piano.
I found something called a Vanova, which I think is a recorder crossed with a saxophone.
Cool.
Because it has a reed, and this is only $80.
Okay.
It sounds pretty cool.
Okay. It does sound cool. I don't know anything about it other than what you just described to me, but it sounds like it's probably great.
Some more YouTube videos about it. Is there an instrument that you wish you could play? Either of you.
Harmonica.
Good copy.
Harmonica would be good. That would be a good one. You could
You'd be able
teach
to-
yourself harmonica.
I tried once.
You'd be able to roll up on any train station.
That's the thing is like the
Fucking make it
harmonica.
kill.
I love the idea of a harmonica because it's something that I could like. I don't have to transport. That's one of the things I don't like. It's one of the reasons that I don't do anything with instruments or never did is because like I don't want to have to lug that around. I don't want to have to carry it. I don't want to have to break it down. I want something that I could just fit in a pocket and then futz with. You know?
We need to get you an automaton.
What is that?
It's a little guy, and he looks like a music note, but you squish him, and his mouth opens, and he makes a noise,
And he yells, yeah.
and he yells pretty loud.
Cat.
He yells
and then
real
you
loud.
you can get different flavors of him
Mhm.
to make different noises.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the noise, the pitch of the noise that he yells is dependent on how far up his music note stem you're holding him.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a real person.
Yeah, it's just like a real person. It's got a capacitive bar.
Okay.
I've always wanted to play a bowed instrument, so like cello or violin.
Oh
yeah.
But
They're cool.
don't push it.
I said they're cool.
I'm gonna unplug
They are
these.
cool. I just have never like, I don't know, wanted like. I'm really intimidated by stringed instruments that don't have frets, because like you have to be
How are
you
you
have
gonna
to
know?
yeah you have to be pretty close with a guitar, but like there's so much more finesse that goes into a fretless instrument that I could conceivably become accomplished with. I just don't know if I would ever actually
What if you
put
just
in the
played it
time.
without the bow? Just like held like a guitar.
just held it sideways like a guitar.
Yeah, like a guitar. All right, here's a brand new game. How much does a violin cost?
Violins are expensive. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the cheapest? How much is the cheapest one on GuitarCenter.com?
The,
The cheapest
one.
violin on GuitarCenter.com is going to be $340.
I was gonna say a flat
Steven.
300.
Jesus Christ, you're both so fucking wrong. It's $99.
Really?
Oh, how is there a cheaper violin
listen.
than a saxophone?
Well, metal, I guess, more
Metal?
expensive than wood.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, they could make a real shitty violin out of some
Yeah.
real shitty wood.
But
That's like an
Violin?
MDF.
A pliolin?
It's like a pliolin. Yeah. Steven, that's a real funny musician joke. That's good. I like that. Have y'all ever seen a fretted violin? They make them.
No.
They make electric violins that are fretted and like
is
they're
that
for
what?
complete lunatics.
Who's the fucking Lindsay Sterling? Is that her name?
Yeah, she's a violin
She's still
player.
around?
Yeah. I'm
She,
sure
she's an
still
electric
alive.
violinist. She's an electric
Well, no, I
violinist,
meant
but she
is-
does not play. She doesn't play a fretted violin.
Oh, I
She
didn't
just
mean that
has a
she
violin
was.
that's got an electric pickup in it.
I didn't mean that she was dead.
No, she got electrocuted by one of those violins.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
No. Her and Matt Hoffman.
Damn,
Oh no,
rip.
is that what happened?
Yeah, Matt Hoffman got electrocuted by an electric bicycle.
See live?
Matt Hoffman.
Yeah.
This is a callback to a classic stream that the three of us were on.
Oh.
Or Channel F episode.
I'm so
perhaps.
old, but I have no fucking clue what you're talking
I
about.
have zero. I don't. Let me be
I'm
100%
convinced that
honest.
It happened.
Can I be 100% honest real quick?
Yeah.
I don't have any fucking idea who Matt Hoffman is.
We were talking about BMX games on Channel F or
Yeah.
something, and this got turned into an audiogram of me saying that Matt Hoffman was dead, and then Steven, you asking me if that, or then Nikki asking me if I was serious, and then me saying that I didn't know.
Sure.
And you telling me that I needed to stop making jokes about celebrities being dead. It's gonna happen. Because I was gonna kill a celebrity by making jokes about it.
Now that sounds like something I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we killed Prince, the old one. What's his name?
Oh,
Philip.
Prince Prince Ralph. Yeah.
Prince Ralph Macchio.
Uh huh.
I heard that
This
joke.
thing
Okay.
sounds cool. Karate Kid returns.
Yeah.
Cobra
Karate
Kai.
Kid: The Return, directed by
Yeah.
David Lynch.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. Yeah, a friend of a friend is on that program.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You're friends with Ralph Macchio's friend?
I'm friends with Ralph.
Wow. You got another one of these one of these Urukai here.
Yeah, they brought an Urukai here.
Hate it when that happens.
Ah, there's a snake.
Quickly, we may be able to mark them for ourselves and prevent their airlift. The chosen assassin
I'm disappointed about the BTS meal just being a 10-piece nuggets meal.
Yeah, it's
That's so
fucked up.
strange. I don't understand why would you even bother.
But like I'd already been thinking about getting McDonald's, and like I super don't. I really do need to eat a lot less fast food.
Sure.
That's like one of the good things that came out of losing my tooth was that it's kind of kickstarted some weight loss and helped me reduce my daily calorie intake, which is a really positive change for me.
Sure.
If you just kept breaking a tooth every month.
Okay.
That would get you at least through like what, 25, 30?
Yeah, I'd have
months?
like 30 months left. I can lose a lot of weight in 30 months.
It's true.
Yeah, but then your mouth would hurt. Don't do this. Do not do this.
Well, I would have to. The reason that this worked so well is because it was an infection that I couldn't ignore. So I would have to like induce an infection once a month in one of my teeth.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, that sounds really difficult. And we would also have to make a lot of concessions at work.
Yeah, we kind of need you for like money. Making it.
Yeah. I need me for making money also.
For making money.
Yeah.
Teeth don't weigh that much. I went to the dentist yesterday, and they were like, "Your teeth are great," and I was like, "Thank you." And then I was like, "But why did my mouth hurt?" And then he like looked at my mouth and he was like, "Well, I can't see anything that's wrong, so I'm pretty sure you just have nerve damage. Wait it out." And I was like, "Ah, cool."
Cool. Is that from your wisdom teeth removal?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
Because they were
pretty
so
sure...
fucking.
Oh my god, cat! Look at the camera. Look.
They were.
You look at the people that you're interrupting here.
Gaze upon your sin. Yeah, they were so deep and at such a bad angle that when they were in there doing their grim work, the canal is very close. So any sort of trauma would have fucked up. So that's why my mouth hurts every morning when I wake up.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I just gotta deal with that.
I guess you could get like ruinously addicted to painkillers.
Oh yeah, that's an option.
Or what if I tried to put new nerves in?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you gonna? Where do the donor nerve? What part of your body do the donor nerves come from?
Oh, not mine. Somebody else's.
Oh, okay.
That's what
okay.
I think. That's what the donor sticker on your license is for.
It's for nerves.
For nerves.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to move.
Sorry, we're gonna. Wow, you could just claw machine that box out of there, huh?
The enemies can. I can't.
Oh, that's what they're doing. Okay.
I use a Fulton recovery system on mine, apparently.
Was that like a like timed thing? If you do this level fast enough, you can get the box.
Totally. If I run up to the boxes and activate the boxes, I will get the stuff before them, and they won't.
Oh, okay. Seems like a good way to get killed by aliens.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more concerned about just like completing the mission. So I actually blew up one of those things that I could have had for myself, and I just decided not to do that.
Oh,
that lady just come in. Oh, I hate you! I hate you so much.
Fucking Urukai lady. Oh no, who is that?
That's Merritt.
Merritt, no.
She's like stunned. And now she's just gonna get to move again. Is the thing? It's like this lady sucks so hard. Because she gets to like run in and she gets to like fucking do that, and then she just leaves and goes.
She gets to take another action.
I think she can only do that so many times. But...
Steven, what is it that you like about this game?
You've got the chosen in range.
God, not this part. Fuck.
Yeah.
What is it that I like about? I don't know what I even. What do I like about tactics games? Period.
Why am I here?
Why am I here? I should shut this down, actually. Good point. Good point, Jordan. I'm gonna go play Halo.
A real video game.
No, what do I like about this? I like. Sorry?
No. Sorry.
I like spinning plates in games. I like the idea. I like the idea of having odds stacked against me in a particular way, and then finding different ways to reduce the odds down so that they like the badness of the odds down until they become like in my favor. It's actually one of the reasons I like Darkest Dungeon a whole lot for the very same thing. Oh, you assholes. I like that feeling of over time finding ways to overcome in that, like, that aren't just grinding out numbers. I also like the satisfaction of like a Dragon Quest grind out a number type thing sometimes. But I like thinking my way out towards like more favorable results. Something about that is just fun to me.
Cool. That makes sense.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna buy this thing. Oh, okay. Well,
Shot failed to connect.
I guess not.
Weapons burning ammo fast.
I've been thinking about my Halo jumping from one side of the Halo to the other idea all day. Or ever
It's a
since
good
I said
idea.
it.
Oh, like if you could, like, if your vertical
imagine if you
leap could get
jump,
good enough.
Yes. Imagine if you could jump so high that he hits the point where the gravity from the other side of the halo would cause him to flip over, and then his feet would land on the other side of the halo.
Conceivably, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like if you hijacked a ghost or whatever, could you just fly straight?
Just go across?
Yeah, or which is the one that's a plane? The ghost is the one that's like a hover bike, right?
Yeah, the Banshee is the one.
The Banshee. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it
can
can
just
happen.
go over there, right?
3. What's the SSD for if not for this?
That's a good point.
Steven, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many of your guys have to die before you decide to play a different video game?
Well, we've only lost Chewie so far, right?
Yeah.
No. I mean like, not in this specifically. I mean like when, like if you're doing a run and you lose all of your guys, like when do you make a decision to be done for the day? Like what has to happen?
Done for the day, and like I'm done with XCOM and I'm gonna go play fucking Invisible Link or something.
Yeah.
If I lost 5 guys almost back to back, I would probably just I think that'd be the end of my run. I think I'd be done.
Like when all of those guys died from the big explosion the last time the 3 of us were on a stream together.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we're cursed. Because have any of your guys died when Jordan and I are not on the stream?
Boy, ask me anything about anything that has happened. Anything I've ever done. Yeah.
Well, you made a cool joke about Matt Hoffman.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Probably at least one, but not nearly as many.
Not as many?
Not even close to as many. No.
Oh, that's good to know. We're cursed.
Yeah, it's probably... I do love this version of events where it's your fault, so... and not mine, so...
And not your tactical misplace?
Yeah, not my sort of, like, mistake. No, but I was also playing on, like, hard difficulty on, like, no save scumming allowed mode. Which is, like, probably not the way to do it. Yeah! Asshole!
Nice. Is she dead now?
They are clones, so they just download their consciousness into a new body when you kill them.
Oh, sure.
The way that you kill the Chosen in this game is that you need to find their base of operations. They have like a home place where all their clones are stored, like a Battlestar Galactica base star, and you have to find that and then kill them there and blow up the place that has all their stuff.
Before we see that thing again, though.
Remember Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, that show was great.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Is that too anime for you, Nikki?
Yeah, it's kind of there's too much, I watch stuff kind of for the story.
Okay.
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica, if there's one thing that show does not have a reputation for, it's compelling storytelling.
Right.
Both Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator are $5 on Steam.
Okay.
Target down.
You'll
That's
pass?
the end of that story.
Yeah.
Moving to Overwatch.
I actually do like I don't know why, but I also like trucking games. That's one of the reasons that I like Subnautica as well. Subnautica has a lot of really good trucking type action in it. There is something I find soothing because that is also a very similar situation of building and raising efficiency over time and finding more efficient routes and building more efficient equipment that allows you to make those routes and shave time off, but like shave time off in a way that is not competitive, because I also don't like the stress of competition in that way.
Totally.
That's another thing I like about tactics games, especially like XCOM, is just that like it's a very challenging game, intentionally so, that is not then like about me having to fight a human being. Because I mean, I also like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is also a challenging game that is like entirely cooperative. It's all about like working with people and not the other way around.
Yeah. I wish I liked. Like I wish I liked challenging cooperative stuff more than I do. Like I play a lot of challenging single player and cooperative stuff, and feel like I'm pretty adept at most of it.
Sure.
Monster Hunter, or like I also am fairly skilled at Tetris, and there's a couple of games, or one game really, that I can speed run in a pretty like competitive amount of time.
That's wild.
But my brain does not like value that as much as my ability to like win at a fighting game. But I also don't get mad in the same way, right? Whereas like if I have a bad night playing Mortal Kombat, then I have to uninstall it because I'm gonna break something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I used to do that. I used to be the same way, but I was that way about Dota.
Yeah. How did you do anything purposefully to like reorient what your brain cares about? Because I would much rather love to care about my VVVVVV times than my win-loss in Mortal Kombat 11. You know?
No, I got so mad at it and realized that it was unhealthy for me that I stopped.
well, that's what I did too. But I'm more like I have to play the new Guilty Gear when that comes out, and I'm a little concerned.
Why do you have to? You don't have to.
I know I don't have to. Like I don't have to for work or whatever. But it's a new Guilty Gear. It doesn't even have an X on it. It's like a whole new thing. And like those games just are so core to a lot of the time that I've spent playing video games and fighting games specifically over the course of my life, that I don't know, I deeply want to play that game, but I also know that if I'm gonna lose at it, then it's gonna make me real mad.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't know.
Nikki,
do you have anything that makes you real mad that you also love doing?
Yeah, I found this is something I didn't realize about myself, that I care way more about games that I didn't think I actually cared about. Because Katie and I have like started to play stuff, and I'm realizing that I'm like getting frustrated, not at her because she's like learning how to play these games, but because I feel like I am not doing enough to like help. So I'm like, well, fuck. Why I'm losing? Nobody's having fun. And then I get mad because I feel like it was like this in Fortnite initially, and then I decided to stop it because there's no fucking point in being mad over Fortnite. And then we started playing Rocket League last week or 2 weeks ago, and then I like found myself, I was like mad about it, and I was like, oh, this is gross.
Yeah,
I should stop. And then I stopped.
I think.
Had you played a bunch of Rocket League beforehand?
Yeah.
Maybe if you started a game together that you could learn together.
Yeah. That's why we have been Knockout City. We started at the same time, and we're having a really good time with that.
That's good.
Because we're both learning it at the same time. But yeah, I have probably like 2,000 hours in
Holy
Rocket
shit
League or something silly.
Wow, I had no idea.
What the fuck?
I'm not good. I hit my skill ceiling, and unless I decided to like start watching YouTube videos on how to get better, I just am. I've like hit my power cap, as it were, and then I stopped playing for 2 years. So
I think that is also like, if you genuinely want like a good version of like a good way to like get yourself off of a game that like makes you mad all the time, doing it with people that you care about and love, and then seeing like how that ruins your relationship with them. That's a good way to do it.
It's a pretty solid way to do it.
Yep.
Hey, you know,
I don't play fighting games with anybody I care about, so
yeah.
Maybe I should pick a relationship that I don't like as much and go torpedo it with a fighting game.
Fighting game. That's
and
good.
then I'll learn a valuable lesson about myself
Love and
and
loss.
the way I spend my time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
And you'll
then
get a
I'll-
person out of your life.
Yeah, and I'll have one less person that I have to care about.
Right.
2 birds, 1 ball.
That's the whole thing.
You know, like that time that Nikki killed a bird by throwing a baseball at it really hard.
And the bird's wife died from grief. And so that's why it's 2 birds, 1 ball.
No, in the lore I've crafted, Randy Johnson.
Is you?
No, he kills 2 birds. Well, first of all, he kills the bird during a game where it counts, because it happened during a preseason game, so it doesn't
Right.
really count.
So it doesn't count, right?
But I was imagining a world where there were 2 birds flying in a line right next to each other,
Excellent work.
and the ball hit
Great
both
job,
of them.
Commander.
Because then
We sent
we
the chosen
would
back
have
to
the
their
saying would have
masters
turned
with a
into
few
2
scars
balls
to show for
or
their
2 birds,
effort.
1 ball.
Yeah, that's true.
Stephen,
But
congratulations.
instead-
Thank
Congrats,
you.
Stephen.
I got there. I got there.
It's a
We did it.
perfect time that you've ended this mission, because I'd have to dip.
Oh, I see. I see a message here from one Nicholas Grayson that says I'm going to dip in 5. I have a call.
That's true. I do have a call. This was very fun. Thank you for having me on, Stephen.
Yeah.
That's
Good to hang out a little bit, Nikki.
Yeah.
Yes. It's great
I like-
to talk to y'all.
I love these streams also because they are like they're not twitchy
At least
enough
we
that
know
we
these
can't
chosen
just sit
can
and
be
have
killed.
conversations.
Yeah, we can talk about how much a Vaseline costs.
I can talk about how much Vaseline cost. Yep.
It's way more affordable than you would think.
I'm so tired. I will talk to y'all later.
All right, bye, Nikki.
Bye.
Well, goodbye.
But yeah, it's the way that the podcast recording schedule is kind of shaken out since Paul got hired. I don't get to spend as much time talking to the stream people. The people that stream are not the people who are on the podcasts that I run.
Right.
So I don't get to talk to y'all as much anymore.
But that kind of works out in that way by virtue of the fact that like because we have different things that we're doing, you can be on them as long as you're not editing, which sometimes you are.
Yeah, it's a benefit. And I still enjoy all the shows that I produce.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of, if you are a fan of the Mass Effect series, we had Jennifer Hale on 99 Potions this week. Go listen to that. That interview goes some fucking places that you would not believe in the last 10 minutes or so. Definitely worth checking out.
I've heard some stuff. I need to like actually sit and listen to the full episode, but I've heard some stuff on it that I was not expecting going into that interview.
Yeah, none of us were. It was a real surprise in a good way.
Yeah.
Heavy conversation, but turned out to be a great interview that Elise and Natalie and Kenneth pulled together. So
yeah, totally.
A plus to them, and go listen to it if you care about Mass Effect or voice actors at all.
And if you don't,
She has, as to my knowledge, the most expensive microphone that has ever been on a Fanbyte podcast.
Oh, okay.
She joined the call from her home studio, and I forget the exact model of the microphone, but it's made to order and starts at $1,600.
I see. Okay, so that's like it's like a small business expense.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, for her, it is.
Yeah,
you know?
I suppose
like, you
so.
can,
Yeah, like that's literally her livelihood.
Yeah, she definitely has like Jennifer Hale LLC or whatever, like Hale Corp, Global Comp Corp Tech.
Sure.
That she can attribute that as a business expense to. Her home studio was really nice though. It's a very expensive stuff in there, but like she's been recording from there since the pandemic started, so like it's all studio grade.
Sure.
So.
Jennifer Hale branded microphones as Blackjack Attack.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Yeah. But, it's just a blue snowball, but it says Hale on it.
We'll need to conduct the appropriate research as soon as possible.
Ooh, plated armor would be nice. Gauss weapons would also be nice.
What are the Gauss weapons? Those the like laser ones?
Gauss weapons are like I think a step below laser, but they're for like sniper rifles.
Oh, okay. Oishi wants to know if she had a soundproof booth. Her room was sound treated. It was not a booth, but it was dead silent in there.
New orders, Commander?
I am ready to begin on your order, Commander.
What if
I don't know.
Oh yeah, let's do the armor. We need the armor.
Yeah, I always prioritize health over damage in these games, but that may just be I don't know if that's correct for this game, right? And that's another thing about tactics games is that they can have totally different opinions on what's important for your characters.
It's very true. I think that in this game, typically speaking, armor is more important because the powers that you get in XCOM, the power curve in XCOM 2 specifically, I think like XCOM 1 is also probably true. You get so fucking jacked eventually when your soldiers just become superheroes by the end of this game. Keeping them alive and leveling up long enough to get to that point is kind of key to winning this game. Oishi says simply do not get hit, and that is also an option.
That's a compelling theory. Have you considered that, Steven?
Well,
not taking damage.
This is a Templar right here, and Templars kind of have the ability that just makes it so that they don't get hit.
That's a Guardian. That is a hunter from Destiny 2.
So all three of the like new faction like character types that were, oh my god, there's so much shit. All three of the different like new faction classes that were added in this game are just Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. Like straight up. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
It's the Reapers, the Skirmishers, and the Templars. Reapers are Hunters, Skirmishers are Titans, Templars are Warlocks.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. The character designs for that new Marvel film are also extremely Destiny 2.
I haven't watched that yet.
The costume design, rather.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's out or I think they just put a new trailer out for it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I haven't watched the trailer.
Yeah, I haven't either. I just saw some screenshots going around Twitter, and they're like very, very. If you told me that the costume designer worked at Bungie previously, I would not be surprised.
Sure.
It's real close. They're cool. Like Destiny games have good costume work.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Now, Steven... No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that there are, like, other things I feel like have... Hollywood has borrowed from other worse things than Destiny, and I think there are
for
things
sure.
you could take then from Destiny. Like, that style being spread around a little bit more is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Like you said, there's worse things to steal from Destiny than the, like, exemplary costume work. I have a question about this movie.
The Eternals?
Took a big risk getting inside
what is that?
Enough for me to believe
so the Eternals are not a faction of Marvel that I've ever paid super close attention to. They are a Jack Kirby creation, which, you know, the New Gods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool ideas, real goofy looking folk, though.
Yes.
Because they were made in, like, the mid-'70s, and they all had headbands.
Yeah, by Jack Kirby, and Jack Kirby had a very specific style. So he made the Eternals, and I think most people who like those characters, I'm not a big New Gods fan or a big Eternals fan, but a lot of people who are big fans of that stuff will always say, like, the Eternals, he made the Eternals, and then he made, like, the better version called the New Gods. So, like, they're the New Gods of the Marvel Universe.
Okay, interesting.
They are... what are they?
Tied to the Avatar project,
I get Eternals and Celestials confused.
I think they're related in some capacity. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Celestials...
The Celestials are just brains that turn into planets, right?
They're like...
They're so smart that they can bend matter around themselves and become planets.
Yeah, Celestials are like forces of nature. You don't, like, talk to a Celestial. Like, a Celestial, like, in the Marvel Universe is, like, 900 feet tall, and they don't speak English. They're supposed to be, like, unknowable Lovecraftian gods, but they look like Kirby characters.
Okay.
And so I think for a long time in the Marvel Universe, it was basically said that the mutants on Earth, mutants are so prevalent on Earth because the Celestials went to Earth like 10 million years ago, and we're like, let's juice up this planet with some weird, like, evolutionary shit and just see what happens. And that's why mutants are
Prometheus.
so... Yeah, they just, like, dropped some, like, a mutation juice, and we're like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then just, like, dipped.
But wasn't Apocalypse the first mutant?
I think so, yeah, but the Celestials were there, like, 10 million years ago. Like, they were there, like, before the dawn of time, and just, like, juiced everybody up. Or juiced up, like, the biome of the Earth.
Interesting. Blackjack Attack says that they're lesser Inhumans, and I also get Eternals and Inhumans confused.
So,
because Inhumans are the ones that are on, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did a lot of Inhuman stuff. The Inhumans were created by the Kree. Do you know the Kree?
Yeah.
The
Kree or the Skrull?
The Kree and the Skrull hate each other. They fight. The Kree
Okay.
are like space fascist alien blue people.
Right. Okay.
Ronan the Accuser from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He's a Kree. Captain Marvel is half Kree.
Right.
Knowledge gained by the chosen reduced. Black market pays 20% supply premium for goods. Soldiers XP is gained. Double the affinity points gained in combat. Any XCOM shot that hits the lost is an instant headshot kill.
Are these different colors because they're different rarities of perks?
No, they're so the red ones will only the red ones can go into the this is an open slot that can take anything. Otherwise, the red ones have to go with the red people, the purple ones have to go with the purple people, and the yellow ones.
Oh,
have to go with the yellow people.
I would always take the XP boost, right? Because they're like hard carries, right? The Templars.
Yeah. The only thing is, then I only have one slot right now. And this ability here early on is actually really good for me when I'm weak.
Sure.
So I'm gonna actually
Time
probably
to mission. The timer does not begin until the squad has lost containment.
Until Vivloff's concealment.
Oh, concealment. Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah. So until I get out of stealth, the timers don't tick.
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds real helpful.
What am I trying to decide here? Okay.
Blackjack Attack's talking about Blackagar Boltagan.
Blackagar Boltagan is the king of the Inhumans. Yep. Yep.
So Eternals are not Inhumans though. They're not like the engineered mutant replacement that people turned into because they ate bad tuna.
No, yeah, because the Kree did the same thing as the Celestials kind of did to a certain degree. They went to Earth like 1,000 years ago, much more recently, and they messed with human DNA because they wanted to like build basically bioweapons, and they were like, humans, we could make them into bioweapons. What if we mess with them? And so they did that, and then the Inhumans rebelled, I think. They fought back against the Kree and kicked the Kree off of Earth, and the Kree dipped as a result. I think that's true. And then they left, and then the Inhumans lived on the moon for a long time, hidden away from humanity while humanity evolved.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Interesting. So what's an Eternal then?
Eternals are again, they're new gods. Again, I've not followed them super closely, but they are a different faction of weird advanced evolved humans. There's Inhumans and there are Eternals, and they fill a very similar role in that universe. It's just what writer made them up at what time.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So there's a lot of them?
There's a number of Eternals, or at least, last time I read a comic,
because there's millions of Inhumans, right?
There were a few dozen Inhumans, and then Thanos attacked Earth in an event called Infinity because he was looking for his son. He had discovered that he had a son on Earth that he didn't know about from when he had their name was Thane.
Thane? Okay.
Thane, yeah. They had a son from Mass Effect. Named Thane that they didn't know existed. But they had basically a youthful indiscretion on Earth, and then realized that their son was still there, or their long descendant. I don't know if it was his actual son.
Someone from his bloodline.
Someone from his bloodline. It was a descendant of Thanos.
There was an enormous purple man on a basketball team, and he was like, "Aha!"
He's like, "Oh, I know that. I see what's going on here. Haha."
Panthera Anka says, from Wikipedia, the Eternals are an evolutionary offshoot of humanity gifted with amazing powers and abilities to look after the human race throughout the ages. 1 million years ago, the Celestials created 100 Eternals and left.
Okay. So they were made by the Celestials. Okay. Right. I knew they were related to the Celestials because the Inhumans were made by the Kree, and I knew one of them was made by the Celestials, and that only left the Eternals. So, yeah.
Right, okay.
And then there's the Deviant Lemurians, or the Lemurian Deviants.
It's fucking Lemurian.
It's fucking Deviants.
Nasty ass Demirian.
There's some because there's Namor. Namor is a mutant of he's an Atlantean mutant, but then there's other underwater people called the Lemurians, who I think are related to the Eternals in some capacity. They're bad Eternals.
I
think called the Deviants.
Advent is still in the area, but we're going in to facilitate the
They have a
VIP
popular
safe
art
extraction.
Yeah,
Keep your eyes open
extremely
for hostile
popular.
activity.
Like people.
Took me a minute, I got there.
Yeah.
Hiding in the tunnels not far from your position.
Humans are legally
One of their
distinct from
field
mutants.
operatives is also on
It's
site
the
to
only
assist
thing
you in the
about.
rescue.
Oh, so okay.
Firebrand is standing
Thanos figured
by,
out that
but
he
be
had
careful.
blood on
We have
Earth, and he
limited
came to
opportunities
because he
to
was
set
like
up
going
a
around the
extraction
universe
point
killing
down there.
anybody who was related to him, because he was like it was like a oh he's
So it's not like son, come join your father. It's a Jet Li's the one situation.
I think it was a like, oh, if my blood is out there, he could one day become strong enough to kill me, and I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Right.
I think was kind of the situation. And so
I never should have gotten drunk at Woodstock. Thanos said.
Totally.
Finding out years later that he had a son who was definitely going to kill him.
It's pretty much literally that. And he comes to Earth to go. Oh, what is it? Oh. During that, so what's going on in that event? This is where have you seen Avengers Endgame?
Yeah.
You know, like how Thanos has a
it's
bunch
for
of
Avengers
sidekicks.
Endgame, I guess. Sure.
The Black Order. They come from that event. Like he did not have cronies in that way until that event. But there's like an existential threat coming towards the Earth called the Builders, that are these like the architects of reality who like built existence basically, and like all of the multiverse. And they're like, okay, we did this as an experiment. We built all the different universes to try and like see what would happen, and now we need to like, okay, we're done with our experiments, so like it's time to break down our control groups and like break down shop and try something new. And so they start destroying all the multiverse. They start destroying every universe in the multiverse.
Okay, was this a we need to consolidate our canon event?
Yep. It is 100% that.
Is this happening right now?
No, this happened in like 2015 or something.
Oh, okay.
And so like the Avengers are like, oh well, this is bad. We're all gonna die. Like literally all of existence is going to die. So we need to like get.
Also, we found out where the universe came from.
We found out the nature of God.
That's not the part we're concerned about, though.
No, I mean they had pressing concerns. They had like a universe to save.
Sounds like it's not theirs to save, though. I would be way more interested in the comic book about whatever the next thing that, like, what are those guys up to?
So that happens too.
That happens because they made
lose.
that comic. Oh, good.
The Avengers lose. I'll get to that. If you want to keep hearing it, I'll keep doing it.
I do. I actually care about this.
So the Avengers go off into space to go fight the Builders. I think they were called the Builders. Because there's also a guy called the Maker who's different, but he's involved in all this. And they go into space to go fight, the Builders. And then Thanos is like, oh, Earth is undefended. I can just roll up. And so that whole event, Thanos is like, I can just roll up, go kill my kid, and leave. Because all the like the cosmic level threats, like Captain Marvel, Iron Man, anybody who can like fight gods is gone, and I can just go roll in. Who's there? Luke Cage and Iron Fist and fucking Moon Knight and stuff like that. And so Thanos starts invading, and only people left are like Daredevil and Spider-Man and like those like street level heroes are the only ones left, and so they have to fight back against Thanos.
That sounds cool.
And when that happens, some of the other people that are still left on the planet are the Inhumans, because they won't like leave their city, or I think a bunch of them leave. A bunch of them evacuate except for Black Bolt. And Black Bolt, the way that Inhumans up until that point in the story. Hold position until evac is available. Where's my evac?
Blackagar Boltagan, you mean?
Blackagar Boltagan, yeah. He stays behind while the rest of them evacuate while Thanos is attacking, because Thanos knows that his kid would have to be an Inhuman, would have to have Inhuman blood, because he knows that the only like person he fucked on Earth was an Inhuman. I believe is how it is. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go straight to the Inhumans and go talk to them. The way Inhumans work is that they're not like mutants where they just like naturally gain their powers and turn mutant. They have to come into contact with this stuff called Terrigen, which is that's why people turn into mutants in humans by eating fish, is because Terrigen gets into the water supply all across the Earth in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Blackagar Boltagon, to use his proper title, King of the Inhumans, his power is that his voice is like so powerful that if he like whispers, it could like shatter all your bones, and if he like screams, it can blow up cities.
Cool.
It's actually kind of a sad story because his like parents sucked, and they were trying to like make they were like experimenting on him to try and make the most powerful Inhuman ever. So like they like locked him in a cage when he was a kid and just like
one of those
experimented on him.
Yeah.
There's a really good Black Bolt short series called Black Bolt by Saladin Ahmed. That goes into some of his origins and stuff like that, and like the big dog that they have, the big bulldog.
Sure.
Lockjaw. They explain like, oh, when he was a kid, he was like locked in a bubble by his like shitty scientist parents who were like experimenting on him, and the only friend he had was this dog that was like meant to be his like guardian. So that's why he loves this giant bulldog so much.
Interesting.
But he, when Thanos shows up, is like Thanos is like, hey, just like give me what I want and I'll leave, and you can like go about your business or whatever. And Black Bolt at that moment screams no at him in his face, and because this is his plan all along, he's lured Thanos here to scream at him and blow up the Terrigen crystal that gives them all their powers all at the same time. Because the plan being like, oh, this will kill Thanos.
Right.
Does not work.
Does not work. Thanos is fine.
Thanos is fine. Kicks the shit out of Black Bolt. And
now none of them have their powers though because his scream exploded the crystal.
Opposite. So the crystal explodes and falls into like San Francisco Bay, and gets the Terrigen in the water supply. Because his plan was like, even if I die, the Terrigen will spread all over the place, and all the Inhumans that are like living on Earth that don't know that they're Inhumans, our species will survive even if Thanos like tries to kill a bunch of us, because there'll suddenly be 5 billion Inhumans for him to deal with.
Right.
And so that spreads.
And they will all definitely fight.
Well, they'll cause enough chaos and stuff like that like the bloodline will spread enough that they'll stand a chance, you know. That's where Miss Marvel comes from. That's where Kamala Khan gets her powers.
Oh, okay.
She like that the Terrigen bomb goes off one day, and she's like walking through New Jersey, and then she just discovers that she's an Inhuman.
I haven't read any Miss Marvel stuff, so this isn't about this character specifically. I don't know if it is possible for someone to make a superhero whose power is that they're real stretchy, and for me to think that that's cool. That they're like a real stretchy Looney Tunes cartoon character. Like Mr. Fantastic is also in this group of like, yeah, I can see the utility. I can see how it's helpful. I can even see how it's powerful. I don't think that's a cool power.
With Miss Marvel specifically, Miss Marvel is a character that is like, I don't know that she's necessarily supposed to be cool all the time. The thing about Miss Marvel for a long time that I really liked about her is that she was basically Spider-Man. She was like, you know how like when Spider-Man was like first created, Spider-Man was like a character who was oh, this is a guy that is like kind of a nerd and a misfit and an outsider, and we like him because we can identify with him and his like the fact that he like doesn't really fit in and all this stuff.
Yeah, he's just a poor kid that's trying to do okay.
Yeah. And Miss Marvel is a Muslim girl living in the United States trying to do okay with her family and stuff like that. And so that is more how her character is often presented.
Maybe my expectations are wrong.
I mean, one of the other things about Miss Marvel too is in her first issue, like as her powers are like settling and she's like coming into her own, into what she is and what she can do, it's kind of unstable. So at first she has like shape-shifting powers, like she can look different.
Oh, interesting.
And the first thing that she does like reflexively is turn into her like favorite superhero, which is what do you call it? Captain Marvel. So she becomes like suddenly an adult white woman who she views as very powerful.
Oh, interesting. Now, will you miss this 100% shot?
Yeah, no. And then she, like she turns it around and like goes back to being herself and whatnot. But yeah,
right.
And those comics
really
are kind of goofy. Yeah, totally.
So it's a lighthearted power for a lighthearted comic.
It's fairly lighthearted. Yeah, it has
Yeah.
like sad stuff happens and whatnot.
Of course.
Like at a certain point, her friend gets like disabled
When Uncle
because
Ben
he's
dies.
caught in a. I don't think anybody in her family has really died. I've not read any like Western comics in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But her friend does get like disabled, like his legs get disabled in like an explosion at one point. I know.
You got to give him real stakes to care about, otherwise it doesn't work.
Totally. And then he goes to Wakanda, and he meets a friend in Wakanda who helps build him some like prosthetic legs or something. I remember that.
Some kind of vibranium frame.
Oof. God, I didn't realize how bad I was. I didn't realize how bad this situation had gotten.
Well, there's a big robot here. We're outnumbered 2-1, it seems like.
Yeah, at the very least. And
we don't have a lot of
surrounded.
health on a couple of people, and we are completely surrounded.
I don't know how I got into such a bad situation.
Should we
They
try
just kind of spawned in.
We're a little spread out, also.
Yeah.
Damn it! Find some cover! The pain is real.
I don't think that we can reunify this team.
No, I need to. What I think I'm gonna do is just like run.
Leave. Yeah.
Like run as far as I possibly can. It's kind of.
You do only have 2 hit points on that guy.
Yeah, I got 2 hit points.
Who is that?
1 hit point. This is Marina Sirtis. This is
okay.
Counselor Troy.
Wait, is this one of the missions where she has to live?
No. The only character that has to live for this mission to succeed is this. I wish it was a mission where she had to live, because if that was a mission where she had to live, then it would just let me restart, but it's not going to. No, those are only in the tutorials.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should probably bail.
Yeah,
like.
I gotta run. So the whole like objective here is to literally just survive until I can extract.
Is there a timer?
Yeah, there's
or like a number of moves.
Yeah, it's just one more turn. And I'll be able to find the extraction point, but I don't know where the extraction point is.
Oh.
So I could be moving them in the exact wrong direction. I don't think
right.
so. But if I don't move them, they're gonna die.
This is why when you go to the mall, you have to set up a spot to meet at.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the trip.
You're right. You're right.
It's like, okay, we're all gonna meet next to the big fountain at 6:30, and then you get to see what everybody else spot, instead of getting separated and killed by aliens.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're absolutely right.
Kids these days, Zoomers, Nikki, Natalie, etc., don't know what it's like to go to the mall with your family, separate, and then just have to trust that life will bring you back together at the agreed upon point and place and time.
Uh-huh.
And you know, who knows what your mom could have bought for you that you hate in the meantime.
Anything. Like literally anything.
It could be literally anything that they sell at the mall.
Christ alive, Jordan. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It's not looking great. Does only one of you have to get to extraction, or all of you, huh? Probably all of you.
I think, well, for the mission to end with people like still alive, they're going to have to like, they will have to extract to be alive at the end.
Right.
That's the thing.
Blackjack Attack says, I honestly miss malls. I don't know if I miss malls. I miss the simplicity of like going somewhere and just buying something.
Yeah.
And just trusting that the thing that they have at the store is good enough. Like Nikki talked about this recently on... Not recently. Within the last couple of months on a... Friends reunion that they just went to Target and bought a TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is not how people buy things anymore. It's not how I buy anything. It's not how anybody that I know buys anything.
No,
right?
You need to go online and go read like 600 Yelp reviews and...
Yeah, or like, you know, you got to go see what Wirecutter thinks you should have, and not Wirecutter so much anymore.
Not anymore, but at a point you were right.
Yeah, and like it used to be that you just went to the mall and the thing they had at the store was the thing that you got.
Right.
And you didn't have access to the larger world, so how would you even know if there was something better out there anyway? Even if there was. And there was I guess what I'm saying is ignorance is bliss. Is that yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. This is bad to have these two guys drop out of nowhere.
They were marked that they were going to appear there, but I knew for a fact at the very least that they would get like one turn where they couldn't attack, but Dylan's dead, you know.
Dylan's, oh man.
See, the thing is, if his sword had like his sword did one less damage than it needed to do to kill that guy, if it had killed that guy, Dylan would have been fine. Fake Dylan, because that's not really Dylan. We know that.
Yeah, that's not really Dylan. We've already brought fake Dylan back once though with the Dragon Balls.
Right. So fake Dylan's done.
Yeah.
Enemy is locked on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That seems bad.
It's very bad because it's like yeah, exactly on their first mission.
This is exactly what happened last time.
It's exactly what happened last time.
This is like literally the Templar died and then the rest of the team died.
It was in one of these subways too.
In short order.
You think that we're talking too much about comic books and musical instruments and not paying enough attention to the video game?
I don't
and
know
that's
that it
why
would make any difference.
All our characters keep dying.
I don't know, Jordan. I don't think it would make any difference. I think we're just cursed.
You think that's it?
I'm pretty sure it's just the curse, yeah.
You think it's the curse of the Fanbyte XCOM 2 War of the Chosen curse?
Yeah, it's almost certainly that.
War of the Cursed? Curse of the Chosen?
We are cursed. We are the cursed.
We would
A lot
have
of people
to be.
don't know this.
Yeah. Well, we don't talk about it that often.
No, not as often as we should.
No.
We should normalize it, honestly.
We should be raising awareness about our curse.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where do I need to? Oh my God, Kate, come on. Okay.
There you go.
Let's get you out of here.
I think we can make it out of this alive.
I think so too. The thing is, my Templar is bleeding out, so if I grab him with Pray Tell Mox, I can get them all out alive. Which is a risk that might be worth taking, but the only problem is that to get them out, I need to use another character that is extremely wounded, and if this guy shoots rockets, I'm fucked. No. Oh! Eat my ass, game! Now he's just gonna kill Pray Tell. Yep. Literally what happened last time. Literally in the same area. Literally with the same units. How do you make that shot?
Menace 1-5 is
Fucked
down.
up, dude.
We lost the squad commander.
That's not... God. Moira is in her little base underneath Prakawa, not giving us the information we need on this playthrough. We need to go talk to Moira, I think. You want to call it?
I don't know. I mean... I don't know, like...
We've been going for 2.5 hours.
We've been going for 2.5 hours. The thing is, like, you ask me, do I want to call it? Just like, do I want to call this game? Like, do I want to be done?
When you don't have a safe escape. We expected better from you.
What if we play regular XCOM next time?
This is regular XCOM, what?
But we'll have to make
No, I mean, like, not War of the Chosen.
Oh, like play XCOM 1?
Yeah.
That's an option.
Or just this, or just XCOM 2, but without the expansion.
Oh, without the expansion, I think the expansion is without the expansion might be a little bit harder because you don't get all the you don't get like the Templar or any of those super cool units.
Well, maybe we just don't play on Iron Man mode like Panthera is.
Yeah, we could play it without Iron Man, but
if we play it without Iron Man, then we get to talk about Iron Man more.
Because it won't be as confusing.
Commander.
It won't be as confusing, but we also, you know, the stakes will be lower because we can reload our save.
We'll need to move fast.
And so we can talk the whole stream about comic books and then lose and then just reload the same save next time. And then we just have a comic book podcast where we play the same level of XCOM 2 over and over again.
Yeah. This is all extremely true.
New course.
Did I lose? I lost all of my special units, didn't I? I lost my skirmisher, I lost my Templar, I lost my Reaper.
Yeah, you did.
And I lost
lose
a really good Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost the mission.
And the mission.
Avenger plotting new course.
Automatic Gold has said lost.jpg.
Yeah.
Which is helpful. Thank you. Even Sisyphean and streams of XCOM.
Yeah.
Now, is that the curse? Is this your Sisyphean punishment for something? What was it that Sisyphus did?
Sisyphus, what did... Oh, you mean what was the crime?
Yeah.
Like tricked Zeus in some capacity, right?
Have you tricked Zeus recently?
I mean, I did play Hades last year.
Like a lot. Like a lot.
I played a lot of Hades. That's true.
And I barely played any... Well, like, comparatively, did not play nearly as much Hades. But we both did play it.
Right.
Nikki played Hades, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think they might have played with God mode.
That's right. Yeah, it was God mode. So,
Jordan, what if I do one more mission, see how that goes, and then like see if it feels like I can pull it back with normal units until I get back into it. If I have 2 major losses in a row, I think I might have to try a different game.
Are you gonna feel, if this does go south, are you gonna feel even worse?
Oh, if this goes south, I'm just gonna go play Neo or something. I'm gonna go play a different game.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. I know, like, no.
Let's do one more and let's look at it. You know, like, let's not. I won't ask you questions about video games.
Oh, sure.
Or about
a mix of volatile
comic books.
What are we looking at here? We're looking
at the larger Marvel extended universe.
I love talking about that though.
No, and I love hearing you talk about it because, like, I care. Like, I've always loved superheroes, but I just don't have the time to like really to do more than to just read Wikipedia articles.
Right.
And it's such an expansive thing to keep track of that I really enjoy talking to you about all the stuff that I don't know about it.
I haven't been playing, or I haven't read a lot of like regular comics in a little while. It's mostly just been that's pretty good. It's mostly been manga. So my a lot of my information is out of date.
Mm-hmm. Because you've been reading Chainsaw Man, etc.
Yeah, I read Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's done. So I
it's
moved on.
Done?
I think there's like a
you're caught up, or like it's over?
It's been over for a while. Like I think they're doing like a second, like part 2, Chainsaw Man 2 or something like that. Like
that's nuts. I didn't. If you were in Shonen Jump, I didn't think you were allowed to be over.
So they moved. The thing with Chainsaw Man is it is so fucking off the wall, and also like actually like a lot of Shonen Jump series, and like Demon Slayer is over. Like Demon Slayer's been over after ended after like 137 issues or something. I think the reason a lot.
Yeah, that's the one with the feral sister and a ball gag.
Yeah, and a bamboo, like with a bamboo gag. Yeah, 'cause she's not feral. She's a demon.
She's half demon or something. Yeah.
She gets.
After, I watched the first 2 episodes of that and was like, eh. And then moved on. But
it's
so
good. It's really good.
Is it good? Because like it just the first couple of I didn't read it. The first couple of episodes that I saw seemed pretty rote as far as like shonen tropes.
Demon Slayer is part of a great, another sewer. This will go great. It is part of
Steven, it's happening again. The curse. We're going to talk about it. We're just going to be talking about anime this time instead of comic books.
Anime.
Material scattered throughout this area.
All right.
We need to make sure our troops are clear of any possible.
Grace says Demon Slayer gets better as the season goes on. I had a bad taste in my mouth because like the shonen trope where the protagonist does something incredible and then a third party watching explains why it's incredible so that the audience gets it. That happens within the first like 20 minutes of that whole show.
Sure, yeah.
And they don't take any time to like even let me get used. Like they spend a little bit of time to let me get used to even who this person is before telling me why I should think that they're amazing. But it's like not that cool of a thing that they use this move on. And then it's also like super, super fast in the show. And it just made me feel like, all right, they're not gonna like this is gonna be like a really by the numbers kind of thing.
I know what specific moment you're talking about. The specific thing with that part is more of a setup to kind of like establish like why that guy within the lore of that universe that is then like quickly established within the next couple of episodes or issues depending on what you're doing. That moment is more like, why didn't this guy just kill this kid and his sister immediately?
and like that's he sees potential in Jack Demon Slayer.
In Jack Demon Slayer. Yep, no, that's it.
And so I get why they do it. It just feels so quick, and for like over such a nothing kind of sequence of events. Like the main guy does something mildly clever, and they treat it like he just like solved some super complicated math equation or something. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Grace says that Shonen is super guilty about this in general. Looking at you, Boku no Hero Academia, totally. This is a very tired trope for a reason. But I feel like even with My Hero Academia, we had more time between finding out who Midoriya is and him saving Bakugo from the slime villain, which is like the first instance in that show of us saying like, hey, this kid's actually something special. Okay. Like we get to spend time with him being like a powerless nobody. Grace asks if I've been watching the latest season. I don't know where we're up to now. The last thing I saw in My Hero Academia was the like putting on a concert filler arc stuff.
Okay. We're past that for sure.
Are we past that? Okay, because I haven't seen anything that's happened since that. Is that are we past that in the anime or just in the manga?
In the anime.
In the anime, okay.
Yeah. Manga's
way past that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I'm not caught up with the manga at all yet. I'm not even caught up with the anime right now. I'm like 2 or 3 episodes behind.
I really love My Hero Academia. I feel like the animation got a lot worse there for a little bit.
They held their budget back for some stuff. I think like that is the thing with My Hero Academia is I think they save their budget for like really big moments sometimes.
Totally, because the big moments do always look really good. And so I think that them doing that means that we get a long string of episodes of like the like license exams and stuff that maybe don't look so great.
Right.
But that's just making anime in the year 2021, you know?
Yeah.
It has to go up 3 hours after you finish those cells, and we'll fix it on the Blu-ray.
Right. Yeah, that's actually one of the big things. Actually, I mean, like, if you like My Hero Academia a lot, like, Demon Slayer, if you dropped off when you say you dropped off, like, I actually think you should maybe stick with Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia are both very much in a category of anime that is, like, the new thing. Well, I feel like not necessarily the new thing. It's not like a thing that every single anime is doing, but enough of them have done it at this point that it stands out to me as like this is like almost become not quite to the point where it's become a trope yet, but it is definitely becoming a notable trend in anime of like central protagonists who are like deeply empathetic, and like empathy is like a core facet of who they are and what they are. in the way that like Midoriya is, because Demon Slayer is also about like the thing with Demon Slayer very quickly is like the first actual demon that kid fights is like he's like, I don't want to kill this guy. Like they're like, no, it's a demon. It's like, yeah, but demons just used to be people, and he like can't bring himself to like hurt another person. And like when he does defeat monsters in that universe, he's like the only person in this universe who like who feels bad that these are tragic figures who were like mutated and like turned into monsters. Which is like cool, and like he's a very like empathetic person in that way, and that's like a central conceit of that show.
Interesting. Maybe I should go back and give it another try.
Also, the animation, like there's some fucking fight, like there, particularly the end of the first season, near the end of the first season, there is a particular fight against like a big demon, like a big high level one that is bonkers.
Now, I'm not saying that you were wrong. I did end up watching that first whole arc of Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if we ever talked about this.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by first whole arc? What?
I saw up through Goku getting his Hunter license. What's his name?
Yeah. Goku.
Goku. Is that it? Through him getting his Hunter license, and then they went off to go find their his murderer friend.
Yeah, Killua.
Yeah, Killua. And then that's where I fell off.
Did you watch the stuff with Killua?
No.
Okay, that's specifically the stuff that I think is really good.
Is that the stuff? Okay, because I got to they went to the giant gate outside of his family's assassin compound, and the interaction that they had with the gate guard was like completely incoherent and made no sense, and then they got let in for no reason, and I was like, all right, if this show's not even going to take the time to like string together a cogent thought about why this guy didn't want to let them in and then decided to let them in, I'm not going to spend any more time on it.
I guess I don't know what you mean by that specific thing, but I believe you.
It's just like they show up and there's the gate guard who works for the family, and he says that no one is allowed in there, and that even if they did climb the wall, that there's a giant dog or something that's going to eat them. Yeah, and then just for no reason he decides to let them in anyway, and then like introduces them to the monster dog, and then takes them back outside and says, well, you can't go in. And then they're like, well, we're not going to leave. And he's like, okay. And then lets them in. And it's like, that Goku is such a precocious kid. And there's no, like, he mid-sentence decides to let them in with no reasoning or, like, exposition about why he's doing that. It's, like, almost dreamlike in its incoherency.
The reason he, like, lets them in is so that they can see the dog and, like, they'll give up. He wants them to like give up because like, hey, even if you get past me, random like buff security guard dude, like look at this fucking thing. There's a big monster on the other side, and then they don't give up is the thing. So he's like, okay, you got some like, and maybe they just haven't explained it where you're at yet. But like the thing is that like the people like the servants of that family really like Killua, because Killua is like a good kid at heart, whereas the rest of this family is fucking dog shit, the worst. And so like several
his brother sucks.
Yeah. And it only gets worse. The family is not much better from there. And so they're like, oh, there's people out there who care enough about Killua that they would like that they saw this big fucking monster dog, and like they continued to like walk through the gate or whatever. They didn't give up. So it's like, okay, the guy might actually be worth letting in or like trying to help him get to Master Killua, because like we want Killua to be happy, but his family is abusive dog shit.
Right. I don't know, maybe I should rewatch it, but maybe that motivation is more clear in the manga. In the episode of the anime that I saw, that did not come across. It was just like, this man is very adamant about not letting anyone in, and then decides to change his mind for no reason, and is suddenly best friends with all these people, but nothing has happened to change his mind or do anything about it.
Could just be also something that like he explains after the fact, and I just don't remember the timeline because it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, maybe. It's also not totally fair of me to be like, hey, Steven, remember this specific episode of the show that you saw 14 years ago? Explain it to me. I mean, defend it.
I remember enough to remember why those people, because Canary, the character who's like the real bodyguard, like once she gets involved, there's a lot more of that as well. Because she is the one who really leans into the idea of like, hey, the working class people, the servants who work in this house, full of like dog shit, evil assassins who suck. She goes and like really explains like why the working class people who work at this family care specifically about Killua and want him to have friends.
Yeah, I didn't get to that part, so that probably would give me some meaningful exposition. That would matter for that. Grace says that I keep quitting the anime before they get good. Maybe I'm just not patient enough anymore.
Hunter x Hunter is also like a special case where that thing is like 250 episodes long.
Yeah, like at this point I was like 30-something episodes into this show and I like was not getting it, you know? And so like I felt like if I didn't get it by then, I just wasn't gonna. Because I felt like I was at by that point, what's the like cool leisure suit guy?
Leorio?
And that's Leorio, yeah. We got through that whole first arc without him doing anything. He never once did anything. The only thing that he did was want to touch that lady's private parts and like put them in a box for 50 hours.
He's actually
like
not
tower thing.
He's not actually that, honestly. Like for most of the series, he's not even actually in most of the anime.
Oh really?
Yeah,
because he's such a central character in that first part.
Like he's important in different ways, but like he's not like that show. Once they get Killua back, that show, the anime part of that show is basically about the relationship between Killua and Gon.
Yeah,
like those are the two characters for sure. And where the manga is at right now, the manga is like more about Kurapika, on a big boat.
Is LB's favorite character, right?
Yeah, mine too. I love Kurapika. God damn it! It's not going.
All right, let's refocus. Let's refocus on the mission.
Yeah,
I've done a bad job of not talking about anime.
You're just fine.
What is our objective here? Are we trying to recover a thing?
Yeah, we have to go hack that laptop over there before the countdown ends.
Okay.
And actually, come to think of it, I can hack that laptop basically anytime I want right now. So let's do that. Let's just get that done.
System
Yeah.
infiltration in progress.
We got a small intel cache.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's something. It's not nothing.
It is the opposite of nothing.
Any remaining hostiles in the area.
Maybe we should get our guy with 1 hit point behind some cover.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
What's bad about those girders to the right there, or to your left?
To the left, nothing. It's just that this guy's a melee guy, so he can get in real close.
Oh, he'll just run over there.
He'll just run over there and kill him. So I'm almost thinking like it might just make sense to sacrifice Gizmo here because if I hunker him down, that will reduce.
Can we just shoot this guy? Oh, he's got 6 HP. He's got 6 HP,
so he won't die in one hit from this. Well, he might actually die from this. Problem is that the only person who can kill him in one hit right now is this guy, and then this guy won't be able to move, and then if he doesn't move, he's gonna get shot by this robot here.
Okay.
And they can't hunker down, actually, now that I think about it.
We've got a 64% chance of hitting this guy, probably not killing him though, right?
If I shoot him with a pistol,
100%.
What is this? Okay, 60. Is it really only 63 because of their poison? And poison in this game, besides, this person's gonna die anyway because they're poisoned. It just occurred to me. So what's the point? Right, they are poisoned, right? Yeah, they're poisoned. That's why they're.
So we should just run.
Well, I think what they should do is just like Gremlin heal.
Gremlin heal.
I could heal them. right now, but they would still get shot by if I heal this person right now, they're gonna get shot at and stabbed at by this guy. I guess there's this guy too. I forgot. I didn't even fucking think of him.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
I could instead put the heal on somebody who has a better chance of surviving, and then just like sacrifice my actual good unit here.
I don't know.
Because I think this guy's fucked no matter what happens. Because I think he's just going to. I think he's going to die. If
Which
he
guy
heals,
is Gizmo?
This guy, Gizmo, yeah. Because if he heals, he dies. Because he'll just get shot at by these two guys.
Can we not move and heal this turn?
No.
No.
I can heal or move, and that's the thing is that there's two things that are going to kill him. He's going to get killed by poison, or he's going to get killed by bullets.
Oh wait, Gizmo's poisoned?
Is that this guy here?
I thought our target was poisoned.
No, LB is poisoned. Gizmo, which I think our target might also be poisoned, but yeah, they're both covered in poison.
Oh, I mean, well, okay, so Gizmo is LB. Okay,
yeah,
sorry,
LB is Gizmo.
Okay, so what about this? We run behind the if we run behind the thing, we're gonna get killed by poison next turn, right? Because we can't run and heal at this time. If we stand here and heal, then we're gonna get shot by either the RoboCop or the large robot.
Yeah.
And die.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're dead either way already.
This one is, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So let's get our
they
other.
They can heal. They have a ranged heal that they can do.
A ranged heal, so they could heal Valentina.
Valentina or Ashley. Yeah.
So they could heal. If they heal Valentina and Valentina kills RoboCop, will Valentina survive the attack from the robot?
Valentina's not going to kill RoboCop because Valentina right now, because Valentina is a sniper and already moved this turn, can only use a pistol, and the pistol doesn't do enough damage to kill.
Oh, does 2 to 3? Yeah, that's not right.
Same with the grenade. The grenade won't do enough damage. It'll do 3 at the highest, or at 3 minimum, but that's it.
Right.
I could also have this person shoot, but like because they're poisoned, their hit chance is super low, even though they're flanking.
Right. I say shoot RoboCop. I say LB goes down.
63%?
Yeah.
Instead of healing?
Yeah, instead of healing, because they're dead either way.
No, but they can heal an ally because it's a ranged heal.
Oh.
So
well,
I could put
our ally. But if we don't kill RoboCop, then Valentina's dead from the robot. From RoboCop and the robot.
RoboCop could miss.
RoboCop could miss. Probably not, though.
Yeah. There's also Ashley Morgan to consider here.
Right. What's that thing standing right behind her?
Like an Advent Colonel Captain guy.
So she's probably dead too.
Officer. It's possible. Maybe not if I heal her though. That's what I'm saying.
What is Ashley? She's like just ground assault?
Ranger, yeah. Ranger. Close range shotgunner with a sword.
Versus our other guy is a sniper?
Sniper, yeah.
Sniper. Let's heal Ashley.
Heal bot coming through.
Let's heal Ashley, take out that thing that's directly behind her, and just make the best of a bad situation with these other 2 players.
Understood.
Let's get our sniper upstairs. Can we do that?
I'm moving him right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized that this guy, the RoboCop, is poisoned, so his accuracy is fucked. Forgot the poison also reduces your accuracy a bunch.
Okay.
Oh, and they shot at Borderlands actually, so and missed twice. Oh, but there's still the big mech. What are you gonna do, you asshole? Yeah. Worst possible version of your fucking thing. Of course you would.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, both of them.
Yep. Killed them, and we killed them both because they used a.
Right.
They used a robot or like a whatever the fuck you call it.
I don't think we should go over there. Oh, you've got an alive person down there.
Yeah, Borderlands has been here this whole time.
Borderlands, right.
Oh, fuck off!
Can Ashley take out the guy that's right in front of Borderlands?
Yeah, but that would...
Or should we kill that mech first?
I'm gonna kill the... I want to kill that fucking mech.
Yeah, that mech's gonna wipe out the whole party.
I would have loved to have killed the mech before the mech killed like half my crew, but not really. Not really an option anymore.
Oishi says, well, the things that could miss did, so maybe anime manga talk is blessed. So that's the problem. We've been talking about comic books this whole time. We should have been talking about anime.
Right.
Garugamesh.
Target eliminated. I'm running low on ammo.
That poison guy is one good shotgun blast from dead.
Yeah. But honestly, both of them are pretty much toast if my units like don't just eat it before then. Yeah, and that's the problem is he can stun.
Oh, right. Can we revive Gizmo now that the robot's gone?
I don't think that they... So there's an option where it's like... There's like a low percentage chance that like a person will become like incapacitated and not dead, but that person wasn't like Gizmo died.
Oh, okay. All right. I think we should kill the guy that's right next to Borderlands.
The thing is, he can stun, but now that if he's alone, he doesn't actually do that much damage. He just does the stun.
Okay. Okay.
Guns dry.
Oh, we get to turn first anyway.
We still lost as many as we got out.
But hey, we did it.
We did do it. But the problem is, what I don't like is that we lost LB, and LB was so strong. Like, LB was a high-level unit.
Yeah.
And if
Steven
I'm not...
didn't kill LB. LB was killed in the course of action.
Yeah.
I do think that we should make Nikki watch Dragon Ball. I think Nikki would love Dragon Ball.
Nikki would love Dragon Ball. Nikki would lose it. I love the episode of Dragon Ball. Speaking of like voice acting in Dragon Ball, I love the episode of Dragon Ball Super where the original dub Vegeta fights new dub Vegeta. It's very good.
Yeah, they went and got the Ocean dub Vegeta to fight the inferior Funimation dub Vegeta.
No, I don't think so. I think.
Oh, really? You like Funimation Vegeta better?
I think they both bring something different to the table. You know.
That's true. It's very different takes on the character because Ocean dub Vegeta is real cloying and sinister, you know, versus like
I'm a little guy just running around.
Yeah, exactly. Versus Funimation Vegeta is much more like princely, right?
It's like, yes, I'm here to think about schemes and to fight. He's learning as he fights. That sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. They're very. Panthera says LB ceased to live in alien-involved shooting.
Stupid.
Yeah, I like. I don't know. I love those original Ocean voices so much that like the Funimation people do good work, but they're just so prolific now that like it's hard for me to take them seriously as any of these characters. Because to me now they're just like that voice actor.
Sure.
Like the guy that does Piccolo now is the guy that did Giraro on Sergeant Frog, and he's the guy that did
Chris Sabat is in everything that you've ever seen.
Yeah, and like it's and his voice is so recognizable that it's like H. John Benjamin or whatever, right? Like
'cause he's All Might.
Yeah, you know, it's the same guy, and like so like I don't know. I can't believe him as a character anymore because he's just doing that voice. He's just that guy.
Yeah, he super is. You're not wrong about that. I'm just waiting to. I'm letting my units heal and like seeing what pops up next, and then I'm gonna call it here.
Yeah, we've been going for 3 hours.
That's about how long I usually go.
I also have the problem where like I can if a voice actor has a super recognizable voice and like not a ton of range in getting away from that, I can only think of them as the first character that I saw them as.
Yeah.
It's like Chris Sabat to me is Girero from Sergeant Frog, and so
I've
it's
never
like
seen
why
Sergeant Frog, so
so it's like why is Girero's voice coming out of Piccolo now? That's totally incorrect to me. You know, why is it coming out of All Might? Like it's wrong.
Right.
It's like functionally wrong. Or like it's like Bob from Bob's Burgers is still Coach McGurk.
Oh sure.
You know,
Brendan,
Brendan, come here.
Come here, Brendan.
You go out there and you play great. Or like Archer, right? Like every voice done by that guy. Or Patrick Warburton. You know, like
he's the Tick.
Yeah, he's the Tick. Like
Putty.
it's or Putty, depending, right? And so, and like that's the thing when you're like if you're an actor, if you're a screen actor, then people just call you a character actor. When you just kind of float around and do sort of the same thing in a bunch of different places, and then you become an hey, it's that guy actor.
There is a
but in voice acting, you get it's different, I guess.
There was a documentary not too long ago about like character actors and like I think a movie was like literally called That One Guy Who Was in That Thing or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's just like about the life of various character actors who are like I'm trying to remember his name. The guy who plays the guy who the movie Zodiac really wants you to who the movie Zodiac is like, hey, this was the Zodiac. This is who we, the filmmakers of the movie Zodiac, believe was the Zodiac. Do you know who I'm talking about? Have you seen the movie Zodiac? Okay.
No, I have not seen the movie Zodiac. I'm sorry.
No,
is that about the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah, it's about the Zodiac Killer. It's a David Fincher movie about the Zodiac Killer. The actor who plays that movie is about like it's Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a great movie. It's like really good Fincher movie.
Innocent lives will be lost today, no doubt.
Retaliation site.
Their blood will be on your hands.
Commander, we have a mission available.
Well, that'll be something for us to pick up with.
Yeah, that's either something to pick up with or to ignore completely if we decide not to play the game anymore.
If we decide to play
Invisible Ink or Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, or something. Maybe we'll play a real modded to fuck Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah,
and,
just
get
the
banned from
filthiest Darkest Dungeon you've ever seen. Yeah. Thanks everybody for sticking around with us.
Yeah,
for
thanks
another
everybody for hanging out.
episode. We'll be back again tomorrow with Merit Souls 3.
Merit Souls returns.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, we're back. It's the end of the game. We are still in Airy Peak or the Dragon Zone or something. Dragon Airy, something like that. Steve and I have a plethora of options for us to raid tonight.
Yeah? Okay, who?
Yeah. How would you feel about raiding a VTuber?
A VTuber, sure.
Yeah, I've got 2 different VTubers for you to choose from.
Okay.
Marooney is a mouse librarian who is just about finishing up her first time through Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Okay.
And Dot Level is a magical girl who is playing retro games with good music tonight.
Okay.
So your choice.
How do you spell both of them?
Marooney is Maroony.
Okay.
And Dot Level is DOT_LVL.
Okay. I'm going to do Dot Level because that's easier for me to remember.
Okay.
So I've just typed that in.
Dot's real fun.
That's cool. Awesome. All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks everybody for sticking around. We will see you again tomorrow for Merit Souls 3, and then we'll be back again with more Hardship Troopers. Living up to its name, Hardship Troopers.
Yeah, it's not easy ship troopers.
Nope. All right. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody. All right, raid successful.
There we go.
Let me say hi to Dot real quick.
Spook. All right.